Yeah.
What up? Are we live?
Yeah, we're fucking doing it.
I
We're
take my
recording.
shoes off as we record.
Yeah,
I
it
always
takes
do.
off his shoes. Welcome to my home,
Like,
by
you know
the
what?
way.
I have shoes on.
Welcome to my home and hearth. Shoes are allowed.
What up? What up? In this one, we're drinking some Blue Moons.
Yeah, Hunter brought us some Blue Moons. We tried to roll a backwoods. He fucked it up.
I didn't fuck it up.
No, he didn't fuck it
man.
up. He actually got a really
It's
shit
hard.
leaf.
I got the one leaf I could have gotten was awful, man. It was a bunch of leaves, and they
It
tried to
was
pass
two
off as
separate
one leaf.
leaves,
No.
and
I
it was
couldn't roll
flaking apart.
I'm
And
also
every
just not good enough.
time you licked it, a piece would come off in your mouth, and you'd have
Yeah.
to go spit it out.
Yeah,
It's fucking
it was
nasty.
bad. It was bad.
Smelled pretty bad too. I was not excited about the smell.
We'll get a
part.
different flavor. I just don't. I haven't
Blunts,
rolled blunts. So I
blunts
don't
are
know what I'm
super
doing, man.
cool, but that smell, man,
Yeah.
that fucking smell.
Mm.
There was a night where, by the way, hold on, before we start the story, motherfuckers, it's episode number 6.
Episode 6.
Episode 6.
Welcome.
I'm Zach. There's Hunter
This is your
there.
boy
He's
Hunty.
got a deeper
Hunty
voice than me.
Fresh.
That's how you can tell the difference.
Hunty Fresh on the mic.
Hunty Fresh is on the mic.
Yeah.
Speaking of mics, we got a new microphone because mine
Speaking of
broke.
mics,
It's had a lot of issues, but right now it seems like
our new project manager Mike is here.
yeah.
Just shout out to Mike.
Who's Mike?
I'm just kidding, man. You're like, speaking of mics.
Speaking of mics,
Now we've had to buy like
speaking of
you've
mics,
had to buy
we just hired a new CPA named Mike.
three mics. You've had 3 mics now.
Yeah,
right?
this is microphone number 3.
Mm.
Like and comment below if I should scam Amazon and say that my old broken mic that's more than a month old. It's like 5 weeks old. It's
like
not,
if I should scam Amazon.
it's not like a year-old mic. It's like 5-week-old mic. Like it's like a week past the return date.
past, yeah.
Yeah. So
I still think that's shit. You should.
I
You should go get
think
your money back.
I have the packaging for the new microphone still. And
Send
shout
it
out to
back.
Liz. Liz suggested this as well. Just put the old microphone
In the back
in the
packaging.
packages and
Say it came broken.
claim a return through Amazon. My other option is because eventually we want
It's
to
not
have
bad idea.
guests, and I think with 3 people we should just get a soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
The XLR port on the old microphone is perfectly good, and we'll need an XLR port for the
Then that
soundboard.
should be okay.
So I'm considering just keeping it, and then using
It's
it
the
whenever
USB
we
that
get.
doesn't work, right? It's the
Yeah,
other one
the
will be
USB
okay.
port itself. Yeah. So once we
Yeah.
switch over to XLR, we have an actual. I think XLR is like analog input,
Okay.
so it'll be all cool.
We'll be in good shape.
I think it sounds better too.
Really hot. For our guests, comment if you want to be a guest on the podcast. You'll be in a raffle.
We have static, folks. BRB. All right, man.
In this one,
It's recording.
are we okay?
It's recording right now.
Okay.
We just started, and I
Keep
started
an eye out.
talking for about 30 seconds, and that stopped.
Keep an eye out.
So new microphone, so far not so good. Sorry,
Guys,
folks.
we really go through trials and tribulations for this podcast.
I just said fuck podcasting.
Yeah, he's like, this is so why is this so hard? Fuck podcasts. Honestly, I don't blame him. It's
If we
I
had
hate the technical bullshit.
if we had that YouTube money, we could get Adobe Audition. But I don't think I want to spend $20 a month.
Adobe Audition. Is that a recording software?
Adobe
I have
Audition
Adobe.
is Adobe's like Creative Cloud
Oh,
podcasting
so
software.
probably way better than
Way better than GarageBand, the free software that comes for free on your MacBook. Yeah. Though there are people who record. There's actually I learned that a musician I actually like records in GarageBand, which I was amazed by.
Who's that?
Justice.
Don't know.
They make like electronic music. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they have a few good songs that I do really
Isn't that
like.
what Lil Dicky did? He made stuff on GarageBand.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he did that as
And
well.
like that's where he started, and he just put songs together.
Yeah, but
for
these
his
guys
first
have like
thing.
what's considered like a classic electronic music album.
Uh,
Lil Dicky is considered probably one of the worst of our times. As funny as we think he is,
no, you know,
most
I'm not
people
gonna sit
don't
here
like
and-
Lil Dicky.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that Lil Dicky is. I mean, he's funny. He seems like a cool guy.
He had he
I
was
don't wanna bump
relatable
him
when
in
we
the
were
car.
younger.
Super relatable. It's like it's not that it's not necessarily relatable. It's just like I don't know. He's like
It's
just this.
funny.
He talks too much about being a pathetic white guy, and I'm not.
We're pathetic white guys. Welcome to the Lame Dudes podcast.
We missed a title opportunity, dude. Pathetic white guys.
Pathetic white guys.
Would have been way more concise. All right, man. How about you pass me the lighter?
Oh,
We start this up.
we're
and
lighting the
start talking
joint
about.
since we couldn't roll it.
We
blunt.
start talking about our lives.
We got 5 minutes in.
You know, the backwoods was fucking ridiculous, man. I've never had.
While you light that, guess who I saw today?
Who'd you see today?
Keep lighting that shit, boy.
Okay.
Um.
Keep playing that shit, boy.
Oh, I gotta hold your microphone for you. Okay. So remember a person. I don't know how to lead up to this. You remember the girl I asked out in art class? Oh,
You
no.
had a story about that.
Yeah. So
We told this
I
story.
saw her today
At school, or in like
Yeah.
in the world.
in the technology and engineering building.
What happened, dude?
She didn't see me, so I was like, I saw her and I was like,
You're like,
"Fuck
God.
you! That's what you get for not wanting to date me.
That's what you get. You didn't even do anything.
I was gonna take you out on a nice dinner."
I
I just clipped the microphone really bad. Sorry, folks.
It was gonna be a seafood dinner. I would have even taken you to Millows.
It's okay. But yeah, she didn't see me, so I was like, sneak.
So you don't see this girl.
I swagged right by her. She emailed me a file from our art class the other day that I borrowed her computer to save. I saw that in my email the other day, and I was just like, I was like, yikes.
What did you ever say to that girl, man?
This joint smells like a blunt because the weed has been tainted.
Because I honestly, if I saw that girl again, I'd go up to her and fucking, I don't know, put bubble gum in her hair or some shit.
What do you mean? What did she say to me? I didn't talk to her.
Right, but I would have gone up to her, put some fucking gum in her hair.
Like
and
when I
walked
saw
off.
her today.
Yeah.
I was in the process of calling you anyways. So I
Okay.
didn't even like try to like not be like that.
That's a better reason.
I didn't even try to be like that guy who's like, "Oh, like you're not supposed to like
Like I was
completely
like, oh.
stop hanging out with someone even though they said no to you." Like
No, dude. This girl was a cunt.
yeah,
There's
she
a
was pretty
difference.
mean about it.
She was an actual cunt. Like that wasn't cool.
Go
it
back,
wasn't
listen
nice.
a couple episodes if you want to hear that story, please.
If you don't know this story, guys, take a listen. It's a real heartbreaker, but
Was that week 3? Episode
I don't
3?
know if that was weak. Because part of me thinks we told that when Jackson was here, but I don't think so.
No, I
um,
don't think so.
It was after that.
No, maybe it was when Jackson was here.
Might have been. Either way, only true fans will find the story. But
Like and comment below if you're a true fan. And you found that.
Also
And
subscribe.
you found the story.
but Zach
I
was
just dropped
absolutely
ash
fucking.
on my penis.
Oh, that's not good, dude. It's actually burning through his pants. My boy was absolutely ripped apart, and this girl was just fucking mean, dude. She was just fucking rude, and I'd have spit in this girl's face. No bullshit, Zach. When she told you, when you were like, "Hey, so you know you want to blah blah blah," and she was like, "No."
I was
no,
I was
no.
very, very respectful for the record.
You were super respectful because I know you're not aggressive.
There was no threat or aggression. I was literally leaving the house, and I just kind of. She said she had a lot of fun, and I said I had a lot of fun, and I said, "Did you want to get dinner sometime?" And then
I would
the
have
rest
spit
of
in her
the story
face, dude.
happened.
I would have spit in her fucking face.
man, at the time I was just in shock. I was in so much shock
Yeah, dude. There's definitely some shock.
that I was just like, I was like, and also
Not
like
worth
part of it is like when it's happening, you're like, am I being
Did
a
that just
pussy
happen?
or is she actually an asshole?
Did that just happen to me?
Yeah, because at first I was like,
Let me go
I was
talk
like,
to some people
oh,
about this.
right. Obviously, like I don't ask out women a lot. Like this is just rejection I'm not
It's
used
just
to.
what happens.
Which I would say is 50% true, but she was also pretty mean.
It was unnecessary, especially having a good time and she smoked your weed. It's like,
Yeah.
man, you could have
One
some
of the
fucking
few
respect.
rare people to smoke the bong before it broke. R.I.P. the bong.
True.
R.I.P.
yeah.
the bong.
R.I.P. R.I.P. But
In that
absolutely
sense,
just-
I'll always respect her. She respected the bong.
But she
Actually,
didn't
respect the bong.
She didn't respect
She
it,
couldn't.
dude.
All right, listen. Even if
Just
you
'cause she
think,
hit it don't
even
mean
if
you
you think
respect
I'm
it.
a fucking cucked pussy who just got rejected and I'm butthurt, this chick did not clear the bong, ever. She literally,
Doesn't surprise me, dude.
she would stop ripping before she pulled out the bowl. It was
That's the worst.
disgusting. She'd pull out the bowl and be like, "Oh man, this bong's crazy." And I was like,
This
"What
bong's
are you
crazy.
doing? Like,
This is the smallest bong you've ever seen.
you took a bull rip just now."
This bong's fucked.
To her credit, the first time she just ripped it too fast, but the second time she really fucked up.
She actually just didn't do it well.
Yeah, I was like, all right, just pull slower because it's gonna
Dude,
fill up quicker.
I hate when there's a bunch of smoke left over in a bong.
Yeah, I know,
For
dude.
some reason, that just.
I
fucking-
took it. I was like, do you need me to clear that? And she was like, yeah. And I took it as fast as I could and cleared it because I was like,
I don't even.
that's
I don't even,
perfectly good Kush.
it depends on how long it's lasted, I guess. If it's been sitting in the bong too long, I'm not hitting that. I won't take it.
It was like 5 seconds
That's fine.
because I was like, this chick cannot clear this. She's not about that life.
This is not getting cleared anytime soon.
I don't know if she's scared of coughing, though she coughed a lot, so that's definitely not true.
Probably not, dude.
Cause like I smoke a lot of weed, but I still cough like pretty openly. I think it's just
You never stop coughing.
because
I'm gonna tell you guys right now.
well, when I stealth in my parents' house, I usually don't cough, but I usually also take really tiny bowl rips.
Yeah, you're trying not to cough.
But when I'm
I can't take a
facing
bong hit
joint,
and not cough, guys. If it's thick.
when I'm facing a joint with my boy Hunty Fresh, you know we're
facing
coughing.
a J. You know the coughs are out here. But yeah, that was fucked. That was a
So yeah, I
fucked
saw her
story.
today, and I just snuck right by her. She was looking down at her phone, so I was just like, oh
Of course
shit.
she was.
She was
stupid bitch.
literally
Hope you listen to this podcast, bitch.
okay. So it's double doors. It's this big lobby, big communal
Yep.
lobby in this science
Big
and
old communes.
technology or engineering and technology building at my university, at my school, right? There's double door, 2 pillars. She's at one pillar, standing by the pillar, and I saw it was her. And I was like, oh. I wonder if she saw it was me, and that's why she looked at her phone. But I saw it was
Yeah.
her, but I kind of like walked behind someone. I like drafted behind someone because I was like, ooh. I was like, yikes.
Don't want to be seen today.
Yeah, I was like, yikes.
This is not the
Not
day
trying
I
to
want
do
talk
this.
to you.
Have this conversation today where we pretend to be best friends.
No, I
Oh
understand.
hey, how's it? How would that
this is awkward
conversation go?
now.
Oh hey, how's it going?
Hey.
What'd you
She'd
get?
probably
What'd you
just
get in
try to
art
give
class? What's your grade?
This was a semester ago, right? Like
She never
you're
even
not-
gave me back my final my final art project, which is
What
why
a
I came to her
bitch.
house in the first place. She
Stupid
literally
bitch.
set it up
You got her
for
too
me to
high.
ask her out.
That's what it seems
She
like.
invited me
It's
to
like,
her
let me
house.
troll this
She
kid.
picked up my final project without asking me.
She's like, yo, come over.
Said she had it. Invited me over for pancakes. I'm like, yo,
What the fuck? Yo, I actually
maybe I did
hope,
something. I pissed her off.
No, I hope for somehow.
She's like, God,
I
this kid
meet
took
this
4
girl.
bong rips. That's disgusting.
If I meet this girl, I'm gonna straight up be like, listen, I don't know what you had planned, but you fucking trolled this kid, and you're a cunt. Fuck yourself. That's what I'll say. I swear to God, dude, I got your back.
Jesus Christ.
She literally just brings you in, traps you, dude. It was a trap, except just to fuck with you.
I don't know. Everyone I talked to about it, they were like, she wants you to ask her out.
Yeah, and then you did, and she's a cunt.
If you guys don't like hook up. I was like, all right. Word. There's a lot.
It was
I
disappointing.
mean, this is like months of development, so we can't pod this.
This is months of
Yeah,
development.
months of development, months of backstory and lore.
Backstory and lore. But yeah, guys, it
You have
was.
to understand
I
canon.
don't fuck with that.
Canon art class GF lore.
I got your back, dude. I would have your
I
back.
appreciate you, dude. I'm glad I'm not the only person who thinks that's bullshit.
It angers me. It makes me really
I mean,
mad.
I'm sure part of it was just like she was kind of maybe she was caught off guard by it.
But why would you be? Maybe in her head she really just saw it as a nice gesture. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll have him over.
I'm
He was
just-
a nice guy. I don't know. It just
I don't
it's
know what
just
I
the
did
way
to
you go
deserve
about it.
a
You gotta kind
literal
of expect
entire
maybe-
breakfast.
Yeah.
I literally
Just
just
let me cook you
I literally
breakfast,
just
but don't
talk.
you
I
dare
literally
ask me
just
out.
talked to her, and like tell her jokes in art class. That's all we did.
You make her laugh.
That was all I did.
Girls like to
And
laugh.
she invited me over for an entire fucking breakfast.
To me, that would very much.
I know. I
indicate
was like, it seems
you
like
like
there's
me.
some interest here,
Absolutely, dude. I would think so.
but obviously that wasn't her intention.
Right.
or I did something that pissed her off. I don't know what it was, and that would actually make sense too if I did something that pissed her
What
off.
would you have done?
I don't know.
Taking bong
At
hits
one
doesn't warrant that.
At one point, someone sent me a text and I laughed at it. I didn't tell her what it was
Oh my
because
god.
it was
Okay.
because it was people telling me like, they're like, "Yo, you smash."
Yeah,
It was like
exactly.
two people were
You
texting me they're
smash?
like, "Hey, you smash." But there were people like you texted me something. You sent me a funny Snapchat while I was hanging out with her,
Okay.
and I was like, "Fuck."
Did you talk about that one?
I was like, my friends just send me weird shit. You're gonna have to get to know me better before I show you all the stuff I see on the internet.
It's
And
really
then
true.
she told me this really bad and like awkward like joke to prove she was edgy.
She's like, no, I totally get it.
She's like, "I love edgy jokes." That's what she said.
Oh my god.
And then she
I'm
told
an
like
edgelord. Are we still recording, by the way?
yeah, we're still recording.
Okay,
this
thank
is
God.
Good shit. We're
This
16
is
minutes
good.
in. I know I
Be
said
so
I wanted
upset.
to move on from this story, but yeah. So she was like, "Oh, I can tell edgy jokes too. Like I'm down."
I
Like
know
she's trying to
edgy
prove
jokes.
she's down, right?
She's like a fucking dad. Like, I'm down.
I'm
I know
fellow
edgy jokes.
kids.
Two black guys walk into a bar. All right, go ahead. What'd she say? What did she say?
Sorry,
What was
taking
her
a
edgy
taking
joke?
a gulp of beer, folks. So her edgy joke was just the classic "How many Jews can you fit in a car?" joke.
How's that end? Is it something
It's
about
like
them being burned or something?
some in like there and then a bunch in the ashtray. Like the punchline
Yeah.
is the ashtray because you burn
Yeah,
Jews,
right. LOL.
That's the fucking joke.
Holocaust.
So I had to like pretend that was hilarious
Right.
because I thought she was like
You're
into
like,
me.
I've never
I was
even
like,
heard
"Oh
that
my
one."
god, that's a classic." That's
You're
not
totally
a used up
in.
ass joke
You're
from
totally in.
6th fucking grade. Holy shit, dude.
Like I heard that before.
That's
I
not
hit-
even a funny.
Before I went to fucking
It's not even a good racist
grade
joke.
school lunch.
If you're gonna be racist, that may at least make a good joke.
Yeah, that's.
Who's a funny racist?
Who's a funny racist? I don't know. I feel like you have to look at racist a certain way. I feel like if you're a different ethnicity, you can talk about.
Yeah, it
some
depends
things
on the
that's
kind
not
of funny
racist.
too.
Yeah.
Like one could argue Ted Nugent's fucking hilarious because he is,
Not a fan.
but purely out of his fucking stupidity. Dude put out some slappers back in the day though.
Some real slaps.
Stranglehold, classic Ted Nugent. Cat Scratch
I don't
Fever.
listen to. I'm not gonna.
Have you heard
listen to-
Cat Scratch Fever?
I've heard that song. Yeah,
That's
of
Ted
course.
Nugent, dude.
That's the nude.
Terrible dude.
Terrible. Dude.
Put
He's
up
not a
like
good
2 of
guy.
his kids for adoption.
Wow.
Yeah.
He also doesn't he love hunting? He like kills mad animals.
Yeah, I think he like trophy hunts. He might.
He like trophy.
He said
hunts.
something stupid. Oh, he said like he want to like shoot David Hogg or something. The
Who?
like Florida school shooting kid.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I don't
Watch
know.
out. You got him on Twitter, don't you? You follow those tweets.
Yo, can I turn off
Yeah.
this light above us and turn on the
Absolutely.
kitchen light?
Sure you can.
Gotta change that ambient lighting.
Sure can. Zach doesn't appreciate the ambient lighting. I was using it to roll up the backwoods that I purposefully failed. It wasn't purposeful. I just can't roll a blunt. I have not mastered the art of the bunt. The bunt.
The blunt.
I've just started getting. I mean, I'm okay at joints. I can roll a successful
I think
joint, but blunts are beyond me at this point.
what we should do is order like a 20-pack bulk, like a box of backwoods.
order them
Order a box of backwoods.
and just practice.
Yeah, 'cause it'd be like $20, and you can order them online somewhere, I'm sure. And then they'll be fresh. They'll be like brand
Yeah.
new.
From the warehouse.
'Cause the one you had was flaky and dried out, and it was broken into
bad,
2
huh?
separate pieces before you even unrolled it.
I didn't like it.
So
We tried, ladies and
we
gentlemen.
tried. We
but
fucking
it is
tried.
what it is. Yo, so
Maybe you cut
Now-
it in a bad spot.
I,
Maybe you
Not a
cut
bit.
it. Oh, I bet that's what happened. I bet you cut it where the 2 ends of the leaves cross over, and that's why there were 2 pieces.
How else would you cut it? Everybody goes down the middle, though.
Well, what you would do is you'd go down the back where there's no
Oh.
overlapping,
Man,
and then you just have that taco.
maybe it was me. Maybe it was my cut.
Maybe. It seemed
Next
pretty.
time.
It seemed pretty flaky.
Next time, though, we'll try it.
Yeah.
We'll
it was
master
gonna
the
make my
blunt.
house smell.
Yeah, it's for the best, really. All right,
Big
so
piece
Zach,
of ash on the floor. I'm gonna have to sweep that.
we may have to sweep this floor. Not to Not to make this a movie review podcast, but we did watch.
Oh shit!
Zach and I both watched a movie this time, guys. It's not just
Yo,
my
we're
review.
going. Let us know if you want to hear more reviews of things, because we're about to both review
We
things.
really, yeah. We're because I think The Ritual's a good segue.
Okay.
Hello?
The Ritual. We're here. Yo, talk.
Is this a recording?
Yeah, we're
Hello?
recording.
Is this real?
All right, folks. Sorry, my computer shit the bed, and it said that I had no built-in output. So I had to reboot the computer because I do have a built-in output. It's called the computer speakers. So it stopped
Mac.
recording because the speakers stopped working, apparently.
Christ.
Christ
We were just getting into some
almighty.
hot material, guys.
Real hot material about The Ritual, and then we started having a side conversation while we were waiting for the computer to reboot.
We were talking about renters.
We were talking about renters insurance and
We're trying to
whether or
figure that
not
out.
what the fuck it is and do we need it.
All
Some
I know
places
is some
require
places
it.
want it, and I'm like, yo, I guess I need this. That's
So
why I texted you.
I feel like if a place requires that you have insurance to cover their own asses, then their house is not structurally
It's a little
sound.
scary. I don't know, man.
That's my vibe on that.
I don't know. I should probably just do more research because I don't even know what it entails.
You should
so.
check out
Just trying to find a place,
if we're
man.
wrapping up the insurance talk real quick. You should check out Progressive because I got a great deal on car insurance, and I'll probably, if I have to get renters insurance,
recommend?
I'll probably check Progressive because they you've seen the commercials.
They
They
got
combo
everything.
the insurances for a
They got
discount.
packages. Flo's got you covered, man.
I'm so far I have on my Progressive Snapshot, I have a B plus, so I'll
That's
probably get
awesome.
like a 10% discount on the
Disc.
insurance.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. I'm pumped.
All right, man. All right,
So
man.
The Ritual.
Enough of this adult bullshit.
Yo, insurance gang, smash that
Insurance
fucking like.
gang. All right. Enough of those Big Shack noises. In this one, Zach and I peeped The Ritual on Netflix, guys. This was pretty hot.
This is a
when it came
Netflix
out.
original, so it's
Netflix orig.
as you can assume, pretty bad.
No, is that what you thought? Do you want?
We'll get into it further
We
in a
won't give
sec.
our official review. We haven't spoken about it at all.
As you can imagine, it's exactly what you expect from a Netflix original. So it was in pretty 4K, but it wasn't much more
it was
than
in
that.
pretty 4K. So, Zach, do you
Nice
want
camera work.
Do you want to tell me about the movie
Okay, so it's like
that I watched?
it's these group of friends, right? They're European.
They're
I think
good
they're like
lads.
Scottish.
They're
Are they
lads.
Scottish or
They
British?
seem just kind of like British dudes.
They're from the UK.
They call each other twats.
Yeah, they're on
So-
the peninsula.
They're on the peninsula.
They're on the peninsula, and they're trying to decide on a vacation to go on at a bar. And one night, they leave the bar, and two buddies are at a liquor store. They're getting more booze to get fucked up.
Yeah, one guy wants to get more.
Liquor
fucked up. He's like,
store
"Come on, baby."
starts getting robbed. Should we just
Alright,
spoil
it
this?
was in
Should we
progress. It
spoil
was in
this? Because this
progress.
is a new
Yeah, it's
movie
been out.
and people haven't seen it
Yo,
yet.
guys, this movie's been out. If you haven't seen
We'll
it,
give like the back.
I think we're already late on this Ritual train, but we're doing it. Like it wasn't
Have you
really a
seen
train,
anything
but
online about it?
It's not. I mean, it's not especially huge, but I know it was as far as like Netflix movies, people are liking it.
Okay.
But this also came out like a few months ago, so
Okay.
we're not like this isn't hot takes, but
All right. We won't
Spoiler
try and
alert.
spoil it too
we're
much.
gonna fuck this movie for you. So don't, if you care,
We're gonna ruin at least the beginning and probably part of the middle.
and I will. Run
And
it.
probably the end. Yeah, probably the end. Honestly.
Buckle up.
So, buckle up, Buckaroo.
I was always
Shout out
called
to South
Buttercup.
Park. Buckle up,
Buckaroo.
Buckaroo. That's what Caitlyn Jenner says in South Park season
Oh,
20.
Season 20. I
She
love
she
those
runs
Sunday
over people and goes, "Buckle up, Buckaroo." But yeah, get ready to get on this fucking train ride because that's what this movie is.
This is it.
This movie speeds up.
Hogwarts
This
train,
movie
though.
gets real fast. Like 20 minutes in, you're shitting. Like 15 minutes in, you're shitting yourself. So like 15 minutes into the movie, one of the friends gets killed.
He gets
His
slashed
fucking
down,
throat gets just slit.
Well, he cuts him in the face.
Oh yeah, he cuts his face and then he hacks his. Did he hack
He
his
just,
head?
He just hits him in the head and
Ugh,
he dies.
it was
He's done.
brutal. I actually like kind of cringed.
You were like,
I was like, ugh, Jesus.
ewy.
It's like, ew. I felt pretty sad
Nasty.
during that part because the guy was just hiding.
Yeah, his buddy's just hiding and being a bitch through the whole movie.
I don't know, man. He couldn't have won that fight.
No,
There were
it's not
two
like
guys.
It's also just like give the guy your wedding ring, okay? You're gonna die. Do you want to die, or do you want to have that band?
Stop victim blame. No, I'm kidding.
Would you give your wedding ring up if someone guy's like, all right, give me your fucking wallet, give me your watch, I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking head, give me your wedding band.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Is your life more valuable than a wedding band?
absolutely. I think so.
Obviously, right?
I mean, if you're looking at the symbolism of it,
Maybe
I
this
guess
dude
you
has
could-
a big ass tittied goth GF and he really loves her, but
he's like, no, mate, you can't have my
or a
fucking ring, mate.
super hot anime GF. I don't know.
Anime
but
GF. Yeah, he wasn't giving
He's
this
like,
ring
I
up,
love
guys.
my GF.
He absolutely
But
was
yeah, he
not
was
giving the
not
ring.
giving up the wedding ring.
And he went down for it.
Yep, he literally died.
And that's how this movie
And
starts.
well, one of the guys was like, "What the fuck? Why'd you kill that guy?" And he was like, "I'm a crackhead, mate." Because they're in like Great, They're in Great Britain, so they're like, "Crikey, we don't have guns, so we knife each other."
I love how Zach goes, they're in Britain, and then immediately goes, crikey.
Fucking Australian. We're the same.
In Zach's mind, they're absolutely the same. And in his voices, absolutely the same. Anyway. So then it cuts. Dude's dead.
Mhm.
We're like 6 months later or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And then they continue to do
They
their,
go on
their
their trip. They
ritualistic
decide on
trip.
North Sweden.
North Swede, which is a spooky place. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you start getting into European forests, I'm getting spooked.
Dude, nothing good happens in Swedish forests. Have you ever seen the film
No.
Ragnarok?
No,
I saw like the first 30 minutes. I think it ends bad.
I saw 30
I
minutes.
think it
of
ends
it.
pretty
Let me
badly
tell
for
ya.
the main characters.
Okay.
that
What's
also
the
took
evil
place.
beast in that one? What's trying to kill them?
Ragnarok.
What is Ragnarok? The end of the
I think
world?
it's like this like god evil thing.
Okay. Anyway, that's kind of like this, I guess. But
yeah.
so yeah, these suckers are in the woods, and
Yo, Ragnarok gang, comment
Shout out
below if you know what
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok is.
sci-fi original movie. All right. Zach's finished one beer. Wow, he's beat me.
Might be honestly a little buzzed because all I've had is half that Slim Jim
Zach's eating half
and
Slim
a
Jim that I brought
joint
him.
and a beer. So
Smoked a joint, drank a beer. That's where he's at right now. I actually love the look on your face. It's so fucking funny, dude.
I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
So if you're all right, I'll pick up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on their ritualistic trip in the Swedes.
No. It's not called the ritual because of that.
That's not why.
No.
I thought they like did this every year, and that's partly why it was called the ritual.
No. This is just a traditional guy's trip. Maybe it's a double.
But couldn't it also be a little bit of both?
I guess you could argue maybe it's a double entendre, but they didn't
It's a
refer
double
to it as like, oh,
entendre.
it's the ritual. It's our ritual.
Yeah, but they say like we did. All right, anyway.
I'll explain what the ritual is
Okay.
later.
So these dudes are in the forest, and it's the four of them left, and they kind of have like this memoriam set up for their buddy with a pick. They drink
Yeah,
some.
they've been hiking through the woods.
They pour a little out for the ones.
There was like this really awkward scene. For some reason, they pour out. I'm assuming
noticed
it's
that.
Scotch or Irish whiskey because they're in Europe. They're pouring it out of the flask on the ground, and it just keeps pouring out.
Yeah, no, they all take a sip, and then this dude just pours
The
it out
ghost
for like
guy is getting
17
hammered right
seconds.
now. He has like 50% of the canteen went in the ground.
Absolutely.
Those guys
And
all took
There's
tiny.
even
they
the weird
like
moment.
smelled it.
There's even a weird moment where one of the dudes looks over at him and just kind of like gives him this look, like,
Yeah, I
you
noticed
gonna
that.
stop?
Or
Or
was that like maybe that was a metaphor or something? Ooh,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
glass half full or something.
He's like, you're really fucking emptying that. All
They
right.
all like smelled it. They didn't even drink it. They were huge pussies about their
They're just
whiskey.
Fake sip.
Listen, gang, I can down a fucking fifth of.
Zach
I can down a
finished
fifth
his
of
bat
bullet
bottles
rye
on his
in
own.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Down like 4.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel good after 2 nights, dude. You'd be really in
done-
bad shape.
I've done 3 nights. Not good.
You've had a few cups in one night, and you've been, whew,
Yeah, not good.
That's
not
it.
good at all.
my boy's
Usually
done.
after this. One time
Yeah.
you came over and I just had whiskey after
got
I had
fucking
beer here.
Smoshed.
Absolutely smosh.
Smosh, bro. But, where was I? So, goddamn, yeah, a lot of this movie takes place them trying to get, so they're already out. They've made their trip, and they're trying to get back to the cabin, right?
Yeah.
a lot of this movie takes place them trying to get back to the cabin. So they're on their way back. One of the guys is like,
the main like normal cabin, right?
yeah, the one they
But they
started at, I
find
imagine.
another cabin.
Right. Well, they say
very
the one
soon
guy's like,
after.
"Yo, let's cut through the woods. Half the time we'll be good. We'll we fuck all these mountains, dude. Woods.
Yeah, so they just
we'll
cut
go
through
that.
this like forest and like around this lake. It looks like according to the map when
Was
they
there a
show
lake?
the scene.
I don't know.
You don't really see the lake ever,
Right.
but in the map there is a lake.
so they do find a cabin though in the forest. They do their
Yep,
walking.
a random fucking cabin.
Pretty-
What could go wrong?
Pretty lame for a while. A lot of walking. A lot of woods.
Nothing good
find the
happens in
cabin.
any random cabin in the woods. Twin Peaks. That's a
Nothing
bad
good.
random cabin in the woods.
Literally, I don't even know any movie where a good thing has happened.
Yeah.
In a cabin.
By the way,
in the woods.
I'm gonna write a note for Twin Peaks.
That's such a good show.
Hold on. Hold
Um,
on.
Wait, are you writing a note because you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I have an idea.
Okay. So in the cabin though, they're all it's a fucked up cabin. First of all, it's really dark and scary.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's in there, but they go upstairs and there's like this altar with the horns.
It's like a bundle of sticks shaped into a person.
Yeah.
And
It's
like it
a
has
stick Blair
feet.
Witch type
It
shit.
has feet, which I was really disappointed doesn't do anything because they foreshadow the feet like the thing is gonna
Like
come
moving?
come alive.
That would be spook.
Yeah. I was pissed
I
about
wasn't
that.
too upset about it. I didn't think the statue was creepy. It just kind of was there. I was just like,
Dude, okay, so I'll tell you what conditions did you watch this in?
I just in the room, high.
Did you have the lights on?
Yeah.
And you were just on the couch?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in my bed 1 a.m.
Oh,
super baked. I
the
smoked
dark.
a joint and then 2 bowls.
All
And
right.
turned on this movie.
So
and I
you're
was just
ready
like,
to go.
oh. So when I saw like the bundle of sticks, I was like, oh. It's like, oh no.
I got to
I was like, dude, that's gonna come alive. And they like zoom in on the sticks like
little
feet.
toesies.
Yeah, they zoom in on the toes.
That was just a fuck.
And I was like,
guess. I didn't notice
no,
that.
dude, what the fuck? And then, so what happens? Because at one point, I think I was tabbed out and I was texting.
They literally like, at that point, something happens where like, they all have nightmares, right? They all freak out.
Mhm.
The one dude who like was in the store when
So
his
they
friend
all just
died.
kind of wake up at the same time, right?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
The one guy who had the store situation, who was in there with his buddy, has these like reoccurring visions of him being in the store again.
Yeah.
And so he's seeing that, and then he like wakes up and he's got these marks on his chest, and everybody's in a different place, like, and he sees one of his buddies pissed himself, he's screaming, the other one's hiding scared. One guy's upstairs like praying to the
Yeah,
altar.
he's naked and he's like in front of the altar and he just like snaps awake.
And
It was
everyone's just
honestly
kinda
pretty
like, "What's
fucking. The
happening?"
first nightmare was really scary for me. I was like, oh fuck, this is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pissing your pants like involuntarily. Holy fuck. That's some real shit. Yo,
It's really
piss
gotta
your
make
pants,
you.
gang.
It's gotta be scary.
Comment and like down below.
I'm
I'm gonna stop doing that.
Every
I
podcast.
promise.
Comment like. Yo, remind me to say something scary to you afterwards.
Fuck.
Fuck. So they're in the woods. They all freak out. They're like, "We got to get out of here, dude." They're on their way out.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'd like to say that there's one guy in here who hurts his knee, and is an
Immediately,
absolute
and he's a fucking prick.
bitch through the whole movie.
He's a
He is
piece
a
of
prick.
huge piece of shit.
He's a prick, and he's a puss.
Terrible friend.
Double P's. Bad friend.
Should have let
Not
this
even a
guy
good friend.
die
I
at the
would've.
beginning of the movie. Like when he broke his knee, before he even really
Yeah.
did anything wrong, they should have just left him then, because none of this
So,
would have
yeah.
happened.
They're on their way, and he's bitching on his knee all day long.
This dude
right?
causes everything, and
We hate
is a
him.
prick, and is an asshole, and is a terrible friend.
And at this point, you find out all these things that Zach was mentioning because shit hits the fan, and true feelings come out. And
So broken knee guy who's been getting dragged around all day
True
blames
friends.
The friend's death on
the other
the
guy,
guy
wanted to get
in the
alcohol,
store,
which is
on the other guy in the store for not doing anything, even though it was a guy versus a machete. 2 guys versus 2
Two guys, yeah.
machetes.
Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to. I mean, what would you do?
I would have given up the fucking wedding ring.
Right, you wouldn't have been cut in the face anyway. But would you have ran out and stopped the dudes?
No.
If I was standing there like, nah, fuck you, mate.
I would have been
Yeah.
like, dude, drop
Dude,
the
just
wedding
do it.
ring. I would have been like, this is not worth. This is not worth dying. That's what I would have done. I would have
Yeah.
first of all, I would have had to reveal my locations. I'd be like,
Right.
here's my fucking wallet and my phone and my watch and everything. This is not worth dying over. Give him the fucking wedding ring. Fuck the wedding ring, dude.
Do it, you idiot. And then we'd both survive and everything would be fine. This
And if
movie
you
wouldn't happen
died,
to us,
I'd
dude.
probably feel like really, really awful. But I mean,
You'd be like, why the fuck didn't
why
you
would
give
I
him the
kill
wedding ring?
myself?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a sociopath, but why would I kill myself?
There's things to consider here, guys. There's no right or wrong. But nonetheless,
That's just me, though.
I don't think this guy was upset.
But the guy who blamed it on his friend, no matter what your opinion is, that guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's how I
You don't
felt
do that
about
to your
that.
buddies,
That's how I
man.
felt about that character.
You don't say that to your friends.
I was like, yo, fuck that guy.
And like right around this point is when we also see the monster kind of for the first time. Not really the monster, but like
Mhm.
a bit. My man is looking through the trees. The main character, by the way, is the guy in the store.
when he goes up. Yeah, this is all revolving around the guy who
All
watched
revolves
his
around
friend die.
My man, yeah.
Is the main protagonist.
And he's trying
so
to find.
he kind of veers off, right? He goes up that
he
ridge.
sees a ledge, and he's like, maybe it's a clearing. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, so he goes up, and it's really pretty in that forest too. I
It's a
actually
cool
kind of want to go
forest.
to the
I like a
Swedish
lot of the
forests.
shots, to be honest.
It looks dope.
It was a very well shot movie.
Yeah, very pretty.
And he's kind of peeking through, and he sees a fucking hand.
Yeah, so how
on
long
the
did it take you to
tree.
notice that?
I saw it.
It took me a
instantly.
second, and then I saw it start to move, and I was like, "Oh,
like, "Oh,
my
shit."
god!"
Did that
I
fucking
thought it
freak
was
you out?
screen tearing at first, and I was like, "Why is
Just
my
fingies,
MacBook
man.
screen tearing?"
What? My MacBook.
I was like, "This is
man.
not a gaming PC. Like, this is a laptop. Like, stop screen tearing." And I looked at it,
Did you rewind
and
it?
then I was like, "That's a moving object," and
yeah.
I freaked
Fingers
out.
like creep out.
Yeah,
That would scare the shit
it
out
reminded
of me.
me
dude.
of the fingers in like The Descent.
Really?
Yeah, remember
They
in
were
The
kinda
Descent,
brown.
Like there's like the monster, and it's like hands are revolving around like one of those like spherical rocks,
Oh,
and it's like "Meow," and it has like long fingers.
yeah.
I don't know, you know.
It was this, and also you don't have any idea what the monster looks like or what you're dealing with at
Yeah,
this
you
point,
don't
guys.
see it.
It's just a hand, so you're kind of like, this could be a humanoid. I don't know.
Well, you kind of see a large moving object, and you're like, "Is that
yeah,
a
it's
fucking
you,
tree?"
you know it's kind of.
I thought I knew
tree-like.
it was a tree.
I thought it was a fucking tree-like monster, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What happens next? They finally make it go, and they're like, oh, there's a scary monster. We get the fuck out of here. This is the point where they have to camp up, and another one of their buddies.
They
Gets
find a pathway.
Oh yeah, and they follow
Wait,
that
so what
shit.
happens to the?
Well, they set up camp, right? Because they can't make it,
Mhm.
and then one of their
He
buddies
gets taken by the.
gets fucking taken away, guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely ripped out of his tent.
People are having nightmares
Everyone's
again, but
mid-dream.
this time one guy's gone.
It's like
you
this
can hear him
monster puts
screaming in the
everyone in a
distance.
dream. Everyone is in a dream when he shows up, and then he just takes.
I
this
think
guy.
that's what happens is when you're near him, you have those flashbacks.
yeah.
because
he makes you want to do that.
There's a scene where one of them gets killed, and you see them literally experience a flashback while they're being mounted onto a tree. Like the monster makes a tree into like a meat hook,
Yeah,
shoves this guy on it while he's like envisioning.
that's a huge.
he
Oh,
sees
yeah.
his wife. Is
Yeah.
that the scene where he sees his wife?
Yeah.
But he's
Well,
being
that's at the
he's
end.
being meat hooked onto this fucking tree, and you're like, oh my god.
He's being meat hooked.
I think probably one of the most disturbing parts was when they saw their friend hooked on the tree, but also like flayed open.
Yeah, that's this guy.
That's after the tent thing. Yeah.
They obviously they keep going, or they have to set up. They have to get camp together, and they peace out, and they find the dude fucking hung up from the tree. That was something we didn't
That was
mention earlier.
fucking Insane.
Was they found a moose hung up, very similar.
Yep, right at the beginning. That I
Um,
would have left right then.
Yeah,
That's not
well, I mean,
natural.
shit. Yeah, if something's
It takes
hanging
a lot
things
of
up,
it takes very little knowledge to know that's not natural.
that's not natural. Nobody does that. Nothing does
Think
that
of
in
what's
the, in the
capable
wild.
of killing a full-size moose, a bear,
And then hanging
and
it,
then
like,
carrying a 600-pound moose.
Lifting.
Aren't moose like 1,000 pounds actually?
they could be. I don't know.
I think
how
a
much they weigh. I'm
full-grown
not
moose
gonna
can
say,
be like a
but
1,200-pound moose.
they're pretty.
So
big.
a bear, imagine
I
a
wouldn't doubt
bear
it.
being able to actually kill that moose. First of all, moose are huge. They probably can actually match up to a bear pretty easily. To a
I-
certain
yeah.
extent.
I'd like to see that.
Like stomp a bear. Yeah, you could stomp a bear.
Or the fucking the antlers.
Stomp its fucking head in, because those bears are
Yeah.
like bears in Maine, tiny.
Stupid idiot black bears
But
eating
yeah, so
blueberries all
like
day.
I don't know what kind of bears they have in Sweden, but it's probably not a grizzly bear.
Monstrous ones.
Huge bears.
Plague bears. I don't know.
Plague bears. Fucking Western plague lands.
Western sweet lands.
Shout out to WoW.
So we're down to 3.
Yeah, so
there's
it's like
3
it's
dudes.
like you already know it's like not like known to man how it's possible that this moose got literally caught up in between these 2 trees and completely gutted.
Yeah. Something likes to fucking mount its kills.
I don't
up.
think even people could do that.
I mean,
Maybe if
you'd
they
have
had
to have
like
more
a
than
rope
one.
system and like 10 people pulling on each.
Yeah,
rope.
you have to have a couple people at least. At
It
least
just
a couple.
sounds insane. It was scary. It
Yeah.
was really scary.
It puts you off.
But
in the
yeah, so
beginning.
that's what it was doing. It kind of like marked its territory that way, I think.
Yeah. Or it was like a warning, or like,
So yeah, their friend dies, and then they start hiking again, and they find
like we really got to get the fuck
they
out of here.
find like carved stumps that all have a matching shape, and
Yeah.
it's a pathway.
Like these are man-made.
So they start following this pathway, right? And it leads them to another cabin, right?
Well, right before that, there's like this kind of a chase scene where they get kind of separated, and I think one guy actually dies right there.
That's when the guy
'Cause it's
gets
down to
mounted on the
2.
meat hook. That's when the guy gets mounted. They show him getting on the tree.
No, that's different though. Remember the guy who's like was praying to the altar? He gets fucked up and just kind of disappears right now. He doesn't show up again.
That's the guy from the tent.
No.
Wait, is the guy from the tent the guy with the weird beard?
Short hair,
Yeah,
beard.
yeah.
He's good with maps. He knows where he's going.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
He's the mountain
Yeah,
guy.
and then the other guy.
He just kind of dies, and then it's down to him and the broken knee guy. And broken knee guy gets hung up.
Yeah, you're right.
You're tripping.
Okay. Sorry,
You're
my
tripping
bad.
on my flipping. But nonetheless, people are dying left and right, guys, and they fucking get to the cabin.
There's still like 30 minutes left in the movie at this point. This is an hour and a
2
half
dudes.
movie.
One's got a broken knee. It's all swole.
It's the asshole guy too, and
Yeah.
he literally
Of course it is.
the guy who the asshole guy was like shitting on is literally
Is now
saving his life.
His only friend left.
Yep.
Isn't that some shit?
Yep.
But they basically get fucking knocked out when they get to this cabin. They get inside and then get kicked in the face by who knows who.
Yep. Something knocks him out.
And then they wake up and they've basically figured out there's a bunch of people living out here fucking worshiping something.
Yep.
And
They wake up shackled.
they're shackled.
You find that the main character's markings. Oh yeah, so there's a scene where
Yeah.
he goes, "What the fuck?" Because he notices he has like
It's like, what are these?
he has like geometric burns on his skin after he wakes up from the first nightmare.
Yeah.
So the cultists, I'm gonna call them cultists.
Sure, yeah, they're like
The cultists, they see these markings, and they take the asshole guy with the broken knee and they torture him. They like bring him upstairs and they like torture him. You hear him screaming directly above you.
Yeah.
And the other guy like gets like water and shit. They like give him water, and they're
Like,
like,
"Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna
okay."
live with us now. There's like
Yeah.
there's like the like
He's been chosen or
there's
something.
like the like kind of like really hot for a cultist chick, but like not that hot.
really hot for a cultist.
Like would be homeless normally, but really hot
Yes.
if she was a cultist type. I mean, the other
love
were
that
just
description.
ancient women,
That's
and then
so
this
good.
one was like this chick was like
the only acceptable ancient one. Of
this
the-
chick was like mid to late 20s, and then all the other women were like late.
There was
50s.
like one other lady who was like this old fucking.
Yeah, there was like this lady who looks like that lady from Spirited Away, who's a like tiny lady
Yeah.
from Spirited Away.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she reminded me of. Or Edna from The Incredibles.
Betty White. Oh yeah, that too.
The costume chick.
Yeah, you're right.
Yo, can we pause real quick? I gotta piss.
Go pee. Quick commercial break.
Quick commercial break, folks. BRB. All right, folks. I finished
And we're
up the
back.
pee.
It was a euphoric one for him.
Yeah, I actually literally felt like a shot of like adrenaline when I pissed.
It does that too, man. A good pee.
I feel
is
amazing
some
right
of the
now.
best shit.
I feel the best I've ever felt emotionally in the last 6 months easily.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad I could
so-
be here for that. I'm really glad.
Same.
All right, man. I forget where we were in this
So
fucking movie. We're right at the end. Oh, we're right at the part where you
they
were
start
like,
feeding this guy and
talking
giving him
about getting
water,
impaled.
right? And
Yeah.
they're like, you have to join the cult.
You're in.
And then what happens is they take the broken knee guy and they tie him to a
He's
post.
an offering. He's an offering for the god.
That's the ritual. That's why it's
Right.
called the ritual.
I feel like it's
a
double thing.
ritual so that this god thing. So you find out that the tree man is like this god thing that actually has like 4 legs and like its mouth has arms, like human arms. Did you notice that? It was really scary.
Oh yeah, dude. This monster is some of the best monster design I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Yeah, I thought it was a fucking dope ass monster.
Really cool. Like if you're not interested in even watching the movie because we spoiled it, just skip to the end and check out this monster.
Yeah, just
design.
check out. Yeah, even though we spoiled
So
it, just watch
cool.
the movie because honestly, visually the movie's pretty cool and
It's
and
essentially
sound wise the movie's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's essentially a
Put on
giant,
some good headphones. They find good ways to fuck with you.
a really big moose type of thing, like super tall moose.
It's like a
but
moose, but the top half is like a tree.
I forget
But
what
then
the
like
top
the
of it
tree
is.
has like this weird like like blobby thing in the front that's like its mouth.
I want to
And
Google
then
it.
its mouth, its lips.
It doesn't even have a mouth,
the end
dude.
of its lips have arms.
It just kind of looks like a person
And it
is like, and
picks
there's
you up with
eyes.
the tiny arms while it can walk
Yeah.
with the 4 legs.
The ritual, because I can't even describe this monster.
It's really creepy.
Um,
But yeah,
You
so
could
the
probably just
ritual
Google
is
it.
them offering this guy. And while you're looking up that monster, do you want me to just explain the rest of the plot?
okay, so Zach, here's a picture you can kind of see. It's almost like a person is like morphed onto this antlered body.
Yeah, there's
To this,
antlers. I forgot about that.
So it almost looks like a giant moose creature with a humanoid morphed to be the head,
Yep.
and then there's little eyes and arms that kind of creep out.
Yeah.
So
So
there's
it's almost like the
6
head is
arms?
its own separate monster.
Yeah, which is so cool. Like Google a picture because it's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And that thing comes and picks him up but like you said, he comes as his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like this dude's wife, and he's like, Gail,
Mm-hmm.
Gail, come over here.
Yep. Yep.
And then she comes over and touches his face, and the eyes turn weird, and then you
Mhm.
see the monster's like right in front of him, holding his face,
Mm-hmm.
and just takes this dude and fucking hooks him up.
Puts him on a fucking tree.
Just puts him on a tree and lets him hang.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
And then at this point you find out that like all the like paths are light up too. Like when you see like all the like wood things are
Yep.
all lit and there's like a flame, so everything like the woods are like illuminated.
Yeah.
Which is really creepy. And then
Really
and
creepy.
then
Creep.
Jiggled the USB again, folks. We're back.
Just a jiggle. God, this is the most annoying thing to listen to, I bet.
Sorry.
But fuck, where was this monster?
Don't buy a $10 USB hub.
So anyway, the guy gets pissed. He's like, okay, I gotta get out of here. This isn't okay. He's tied up, breaks his own thumb. I don't know if you remember that. He's got to break his thumb to get loose from the.
Yeah, to get
The
out of the
rope.
shackles, he breaks his. He does he break it or does he disconnect it?
I probably just a disconnect.
It looks
doesn't
very
really-
painful.
Either
And
way.
they add a nice sound for it too.
So he gets out. He's like, I gotta dip, dude. I can't be here. This isn't where I want to be. And he's kind of searching
Something
through the
very
place.
important happens. Yeah.
Is it the rifle, or then?
Well,
or
so he sees the rifles.
Yeah.
But then instead of going for the rifles, he finds a torch,
torch.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he goes upstairs because he wonders what that sound is that's right above him.
Weird sound.
That his friend was in when he was getting tortured. Really scary. You have to describe this part because I tabbed out. I tabbed out. It was I saw like the weird ancient things just sitting there, and I was like, yeah,
so-
I'm gonna.
My man
Jeez,
goes
for a
upstairs to investigate, and it is pretty creepy. He opens the door, and it's almost like a cathedral.
Yeah, it's like
not a big
It's like
one,
a
but just
church
room.
in this attic.
It's just like some pews of people sitting, and
Yeah.
then like in the front there's one guy just kind of chilling too, and they're all decrepit bone.
It's like they're not
very
moving.
skeletal people,
And they're just
but you
making
can
noise.
hear noises out of them.
Yeah,
Actually, doesn't it stop when he comes in?
yeah, that
And
part
then-
fucked me up, and I was like,
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
nope.
But then they start to make noise, like they're actually alive in some way.
Yeah, yeah. But
and
so he has the torch still, right?
he fucking lights these
Yeah,
guys
so
on
he just
fire.
literally
He's got
lights
to.
an old person on fire.
He's like, huh, all right. And I like to. I don't. We obviously don't know what the meaning for these people were, but
I think
they
maybe
these were
of
elders
the
or
god.
something. Yeah.
I think they were of the god, because once they start burning, the god thing, the tree monster comes back. The moose monster.
I wonder, could they be like
he
previous
senses
cultists that just don't die? Because he says they don't die, right? Isn't that a thing? Like you get to live here with the god, but you don't die.
Oh, maybe. So maybe those are like the oldest ones.
Maybe. That's the only thing I can think of.
But yeah, it's something like that.
He just fucking flames them, man. Sets them up. Sets them up.
Burns the shit out of them, and the monster comes back immediately.
Yeah, it's mad. It hears that.
Yeah. And it's pissed.
Shit's cooking.
And the guy has the opportunity to run away.
Does he? And he gets the rifle instead.
First of all, the monster kills the hot girl. The hot cultist girl. He pokes her eyes out or something, I think, right?
Your order in which you remember this is so skewed.
I was really high.
I was so high. It was late.
It was major.
He gets a rifle though, and he's trying to escape,
Mm-hmm.
and he kills one guy. Blah blah blah, and then the monster's like in the doorway holding this bitch, drops her.
Yeah.
And her eyes are gone. So he like plucked her eyes out with his thumbs.
Yeah,
or
with
some
its
shit.
human mouth hands.
His mouth hands. And then it looks in, dude. It like bends down and looks into the fucking doorway, and he's just
Terrifying.
like, "I gotta get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here."
so that's when he grabs the rifle. He grabs like 3 rounds in his rifle, and he starts booking it into the woods. What you should be doing.
He bashes through the wall.
Yeah.
By the
and
way, which is
the
caught on fire, so
monster
it's a little
is
crumbly.
distracted by other cultists. He's like, "Who do I fuck up next? Who did this shit?"
Who do I
So he's
fucking
like, "Who do
kill?
I fuck up next?" So he's out. So the main character is just running through the woods, and instead of stopping, he goes, "I'm
Let
gonna
me stop
shoot
and look."
this," like an idiot. So he loads the rifle.
This is a really good the shot, by the way. I don't know if you remember it when the whole thing's on fire and the monster kind of comes up and is holding that person up.
Mhm.
That was so cool. Really
Does
good
he
shot.
hit
He's
the
like,
shot?
He's like looking back and he's looking with the rifle, and then this thing just kind of comes into view,
Mhm.
and then he fucking takes the shot, which does absolutely nothing, by the way.
Yeah, because it's a huge. It's a god.
It's a god.
It's literally a
Takes no
god. You
bullet
can't
damage.
take bullet damage from a god.
Absolutely nothing. So it just looks at him as like
Yeah, it's like
starts chasing him.
and it starts chasing
He's
him.
like, "Fuck."
It reminded me honestly of like a Bloodborne boss.
Yeah, actually, kind
Good
of.
point, right?
Yeah, that was
It
had
like
that kind of
screeches
design.
like one. It's like and it just
"I'm gonna
fucking charges
fuck
at
you
this
up."
dude. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
And
like,
dude,
why
actually,
Shoot at it, idiot.
he also has an axe too. He grabbed an axe on his way out.
Yep.
That's another thing I forgot. But he's just running at this point, and it's fucking chasing him. And I didn't really understand this part, the very end, what happened.
So at one point he axes the monster in the face, right? And it pisses it off again.
Well, no. What would you remember when it takes him out, and then it gets up and stands up on its legs, and just kind of like is like, "Yo, look at me," while he's like down on the ground bowing.
Oh yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah, I don't remember. It lets
that
him
kinda
live
like a-
for some reason.
Was it like I'm showing you my power right
How
now
did I
kind of
forget
thing?
the ending?
You don't remember shit about
How
this.
did I forget the fucking ending?
My
I think
boy,
there
my
was, like,
boy.
I think he's like a monster, and the monster is involved with like an actual god. Because isn't there like some like hint at like something above them?
Oh well, from what I understand, this monster is like an actual beast in folklore who's like a son of Loki, the god. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
So like this is based off of an actual god
Oh, okay.
who has history and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely like
But yeah, for some reason the monster just gets a vibe after this dude slashes his
Yeah.
face.
it was before that though, because he comes back down, he gets the axe and then fucking hits him, and that's when he runs.
Oh shit! So he ruins the mood.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
There was a whole moment where he didn't kill him.
And does he get
and
away?
Yeah.
What? How does he
runs
get
out.
away?
He gets out of the woods, and the monster can't seem to pass the forest
Oh
to
yeah,
not
he
forest
just
barrier.
barely makes it out.
And he runs off, and he can't pass.
The monster's like, "Fuck you!"
God, my only weakness.
Yeah. And he just leaves.
Yeah, he's like,
and then the
"Fuck
movie's
yeah."
over. Yeah,
Gets the civilization.
I'm gonna give it a strong 5 out of 10.
You give it a 5? I think if this movie if the monster wasn't good, I'd give this movie a fucking 3. Because it wasn't that sick. But because the monster design
It's
was
a
so
typical
strong,
formula. I mean,
I'm
I've
gonna
seen
give
The
it a
Descent
6.
before.
I'm gonna give it a 6 or a 5.5. Just for having a great monster.
Yeah.
I give you so much credit for that because it just doesn't. I don't see it anymore.
If you want to see a better
know.
version of The Ritual, just watch The Descent.
The Descent's so good.
It's probably one of the best horror movies I've ever seen.
I'd agree. It's
really
it's
is.
scary. It's tense.
It's the
fucking,
scariest shit ever.
It's got good
I
shots.
remember even seeing the commercials on TV for The Descent and being like, I never want to watch that movie.
I
That's
never.
that
Have you seen
looks
the second
fucking
one?
Scary.
Absolute shit.
So fucking
So
shitty.
bad, dude. Elizabeth and I watched The Descent. We were like, she'd
Same
seen
with
it a long
Sinister
time
too.
ago. And and we were like, yo, this is really good. Let's watch the second one. We knew it was gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But it was so bad, dude. They just made shit up.
Mm-hmm.
They
They
added
like
so
go in
much
like a mine or
shit.
something.
It's like, yeah, there's like a whole dude who's like,
He's like a
I
cop.
got a route to that cave system. Don't worry, right down here in this elevator shaft. I'm like, what? Where was this before, man? This uncharted cave?
Stupid.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nonetheless, the movie was decent. Yeah. The monster design was what really fucking did it for me, man.
Yeah, it was dope.
I was hype about that.
It was pretty dope.
Really got me
And
into the movie.
I mean, the initial nightmare thing was pretty creepy, even though that's also a tired fucking thing
very
that
tired.
people do.
Really need to see some more original horror movies.
Yeah, that's like is that what they do with exorcism movies, right? Is like the kid like wakes up from a night terror or something.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna tell you the scary thing that I didn't.
Yeah,
I
let's
was gonna
hear
tell
it,
you in
dude.
the middle. So this is actually just something. This is from Markiplier. You know Markiplier, the YouTuber.
Yep.
The real YouTuber.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, he
very
seems like
popular.
a good guy.
He seems like a good guy. So Markiplier. I've been watching these fucking ghost stories on the H3 podcast.
Oh,
Shout out to
I think
H3.
I've heard this one, but tell it.
It's just a quick one he was talking about, but he's
Yep.
like he has sleep paralysis and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he said he was having this dream, and it was going fine, it was going normal, and then at one point he started feeling like he was being chased,
Mhm.
and so he runs and he's feeling being chased, and he turns around and he sees like this big guy with a chainsaw behind him, and he's like fuck, so he keeps running and he wakes up, and he said that he like looked straight up and he could see the guy's face right in front of him, dude. And he said he pulled the covers up over his head and it was gone. He would close his eyes and it was gone. And he pulled his covers down, still there. Is that not fucked up? Like,
How did I miss that story?
really scary, dude.
That's
really
the scariest shit ever.
That scared me, dude. I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh my god.
I heard one
Sleep paralysis is the worst
very,
thing that ever
very
happened to you.
recently. Let me check their YouTube channel to see what podcast this was. I want to say it
Was
was
this
the Bobby
H3?
Lee one. It was on the H3 podcast, but I'm trying to remember.
I watched
what
the
guest
Bobby
it
Lee
was.
one too.
Was Bobby Lee the one where he said, like, he woke up in the middle of the night and it felt like his bed was kind of moving, and like, he saw like complete darkness at the end of the bed?
No,
Like-
that was Harley Mornstein.
Oh, Harley Mornstein, and like his girlfriend was like awake, kinda.
Yeah.
And she's like, "There's a ghost in here."
There's something in there.
She was
Yeah,
like, "There's
something
somebody in here," and
Yeah.
it was just moving at the end of the. I was like, "Oh!"
Isn't that scary?
I was at work alone.
That's the type of stuff that really.
I
creeps
was
me
at
out,
work
man.
alone and I was listening to that,
Yeah.
and I was fucking spooked.
Gosh.
to put it.
I've been
lightly.
really thinking a lot about like the. This is gonna get really woke.
Here we go.
But I've been thinking a lot about like, what the fuck, what's going on, man? Like, what? Are ghosts real? Are spirits real? Like, is there this other plane of reality that like exists next to ours that we just can't see? Is there stuff that's just fucking? It just baffles me, man.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe my like
Your
thoughts on how this shit works without sounding like a fucking white chick.
That sounded like
I don't know. So have you ever like been in a room and you're just in a room and for no reason whatsoever the room makes you feel really like fucking bad? like not sad or anything, but just like really like you really want to get out of there, and it feels like something bad is about
You mean
to
a
happen.
room that's not
but you
my-
can't
something in my
you
own
can't figure
comfortability?
out why, but the room just feels
Negative?
almost evil.
Kind of.
I've had that like
I feel like I could.
I've had that like once or twice where I've just been like, I don't know what the
Is this
fuck.
somewhere like you've been in another location, like, and it hasn't? You just walked in and it wasn't.
Yeah, I've just been like,
Because I've never been in my house and just like my room all of a sudden feels negative. Like nothing like
I'm trying
that.
to think of where it happened.
Because I've been in, I've been in houses that were supposed to be scary and like abandoned houses, and like you come in there and like shit's just the air's tight. You know what I mean? Like you can't breathe super well, and it's just kind of uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been in the presence of something
Oh,
spooky.
one time I was in a hospital room alone.
How was it?
That was like one of the times I remember where I actually felt like
It was
it
one of
was
that?
like an energy, I guess.
Really?
It was an energy.
I was really feeling
Feeling someone's aura. But yeah, it just felt like bad. Like something bad
Really?
happened there.
Really? Wow.
And I was just like,
I've never gotten something.
I don't know,
like that.
maybe I was being a bitch.
You might have been catching on to
But
something, bro.
yeah, I mean, I kind of believe in that. That's happened at least that time, but I'm pretty sure it's happened twice, but I can't remember what happened the second time.
I
But it was the
listening,
same thing where you're just in a place and you like feel like something that isn't like physical is like
is watching you.
is
We're
like
kinda there.
occurring, and it's like bad, I guess. I don't know.
Do you think that if bad stuff happens in a certain place, do you think that kind of like there's some sort of residualness hanging out in there of that negative energy? Or like, do you think someone dies in a really violent way somewhere? Are they, do you think that stuff kind of lingers? Do you think that those memories could kind of be reenacted or something like that, or like
I don't know.
felt again?
I don't know.
If it's
I don't know
strong
if it's like a specific person or just like, because I kind of think that like so people always talk about like houses get haunted or whatever, right? Or
Yeah.
like hotels or
Yeah.
sanitariums
location,
and shit,
like, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a physical place where people would like normally sleep. I guess that's a good metric to measure it by. But if
Okay.
you look at like, so when you mentioned like, does like the person like kind of linger there? Is that what you're
Yeah.
kind of asking?
Kinda, or like even have you heard of like the shit where like the same act kind of happens over and over again in the same places? Like,
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna get into. So like, there's like road memorial. Like, have you seen like road memorials?
yeah,
So like, I don't know. Like, did you notice remember Jenkins Road in our town that we grew up in?
yeah.
It seemed like suddenly, after one person died on that road, many people died on that road in several locations. I'm pretty
I didn't know
sure
that.
when I lived in that town, 3 people died on that road.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So like, at least.
It's kind of a creepy road, frankly.
And yeah, so that road already had like a pretty sketchy reputation, but it was also kind of considered like a pretty safe road. Like, it's a straight line, but there's woods on the side. So I think one person hit a moose, one person drove into the telephone pole,
Mm-hmm.
which I think that memorial
And it killed them?
That memorial's still up. It's like a safety vest on this. Actually, no, it's on a big thick tree. It's not a telephone pole.
Okay.
And then at the very end of the street, in the woodsy part, at the very, very end, somebody just didn't stop and just into the woods
Kept going.
died.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, like, I've thought about this before. I feel like part of me thinks that, like, that road kind of has, like, I guess a curse, maybe?
You think so?
In that sense, where, like, stuff that is bad has happened, and like it's just good to like avoid.
So you think that like
I still go on that road though. It's a really nice road. I like it a lot.
you think that
Nice
you
drive.
think that something can like if somebody dies somewhere or something bad like that happens, it can reoccur almost like a curse?
I guess
You don't think it
I'm
might just be-
trying to tie that into like the whole like energy theory I had, where like if something bad
Yeah.
happens, there's kind of like that energy around you, and you kind of feel like something bad is
Huh.
going to happen. And I think that kind of plays into that, where it's
Interesting.
like maybe that road just kind of seems, you see the memorial and you're like, "Ee."
Do you think that there are like demons? Not in the traditional sense where it's like something crawls out of hell and is now a demon and comes and scares you, but like these like actual, and I'm not even saying that ghosts and spirits and stuff is real. I think energy is real.
Mhm.
I don't know what can happen with it afterwards. I don't know how, I don't know what happens, obviously, but I wonder if there can be something strong enough that can almost become a quote unquote demon, in that it's just nothing but
Like something that
malevolent.
happens to you that just never leaves your life, kind of. Like
Kind
an
of, but
emotional
almost something
demon
you
in that
almost
sense?
like something that actually physically is affecting you and tries to hurt you. You know what I mean?
Something.
Because like, let's say, okay,
Is it physical?
almost, but like, I don't know. I'm not even saying like, just like there have been places where you like,
Explain what you mean.
I mean like, let's say, you've heard of like portals to hell and stuff like that, right? Like, this place has a portal to hell in it.
That.
You've never heard anyone say that, anything like
No.
that?
No.
People have claimed that certain locations have portals that,
Is there a Netflix movie I can watch about this?
No. This is just like Ghost Hunter shit, dude. Like, you should
Oh,
know.
that
bro.
shit's fake.
Watch your fucking
Ghost
shit.
Hunters is fake.
I'm not talking about the actual show
We
Ghost
should
Hunter.
do
I'm
that
talking about
sometime.
actual
Do you want
ghost
to record
hunting.
Can we
Yeah,
side?
do.
Should we record a podcast in a haunted
Yes,
house?
dude. We're gonna record a podcast in a haunted house next podcast.
All right, let's. We could live.
We should actually look for something that's
Let's
kind of
do
scary
that.
and do
Okay,
a podcast. in it.
but we'll move on from that for now.
But I mean somewhere like that someone goes, okay, so don't go down in the basement because something's down there that keeps fucking with me whenever I go down there. I can't see it, but I know it's down there. I feel something down there. The whole environment's different down there. Like,
That's the
I don't like
energy.
it. Right. Like, I'm not depleting energy from it, but like, let's say you go down there and shit starts popping off, right?
Oh, so you mean to the point where like things physically change in the world beyond just like your mood that you feel, beyond like
Yeah.
the air?
Yeah. Sometimes, what if you saw something like some sort of shadow,
The closest I've
that,
ever had to that was one time I was trying to sleep, and at some point I did fall asleep, but my brain, for some reason, was convincing me that I was still awake.
that's
And
sleep paralysis.
Yeah. So I was seeing my room in real time, in real life,
Yeah.
and I was like,
But your body was shut
and
down.
yeah, so something felt really weird, and I was lucid. I've gotten lucid. Have you ever gotten lucid before?
No,
I've
thank
gotten
God.
lucid like
I
2
don't
or
want
3
to.
times. And every time I go lucid, I only know one trick.
To
But,
fly?
No, just like to look at your hands to figure out if it's real or not. So
Uh,
that's what I did. So I was like, this doesn't feel real right now.
could you move?
Well, so part of it was like I felt like I could move, but my brain, like, I didn't. So usually what happens, I do get kind of paralysis, usually. So normally when I get it, I'm laying on my back usually. 99% of the time it's occurred, it's because I'm laying on my back. And what happens is my chest gets like tight, and I start getting like panicky, and like I want to move because I know my body is like falling asleep, but for some reason my brain wants to not be asleep.
That's so
So
scary.
I want to move. So I breathe really heavy, and it happens. Some nights it'll happen like 6 times in a row before I finally fall asleep, and I just have to jolt
Zach.
myself awake, and I like every time I'm sweating.
Dude,
I usually sweat at night too.
is this
I don't think
fucking
good.
the worst
I don't
thing
think
in your
good
life
shit
right now?
happens to me.
I
sleep.
never knew this.
I don't think I
dude.
have a healthy sleep.
So you don't see stuff though. You don't see like shadow
So this
people.
one
That's
time,
very
what
common.
happened was I was lucid, and I
mad
looked at my
loose?
hands.
So you could actually lift your hand in this one.
I lifted my hands, and I lifted them above my eyes because for some reason I didn't feel panicked to move. I just
So you're in your
didn't-
bed. You're in your room.
I
It's
just
dark.
didn't feel that. For some reason, I felt pretty peaceful, and I didn't feel the need to move. But something felt weird and surreal. So I lifted my hands, and I was able to get my hands in my view. I'm assuming it wasn't my hands because I was asleep. But I was able to
Okay.
get, or I wasn't asleep. Who knows?
Ah.
Spooky. But yeah, so I lifted.
This
my
is this
hands
isn't even
above
the
my
Halloween
face,
edition.
and my fingers looked long and kind of bendy. So I was like, it
Ah.
wasn't in a scary way though. I didn't feel scared, but I was like,
That freaks me out.
I was like, I'm dreaming. But then what happened was I was like, oh, I wonder why I don't want to wake up right now. And I was like, I wonder how I can get out of this dream though, because I actually just want to sleep.
I should
So
really just wanna
then
go to
I
sleep.
started, but then what happened was there was like this is where it kind of gets like kind of fucking weird, but there's almost like in the dream or whatever it was, like a very, very, very ambient light that came out of the corner of my view. And I turn, and there's like a light, and then I see different hands above my face.
Whoa.
And
dude.
then all of a sudden,
coming from the light.
and then what
or-
happened was the light kind of like dimmed even more, but I knew the hands were still there, because you know when you like put your finger really close to your forehead, it
Mhm.
feels like it's there.
Yeah.
It feels like something's there. So that's
It
what
was
I
like
felt.
that?
So I was like, oh my god, there's hands right in front of my face right now, and they didn't look like human hands.
What'd they look like?
They looked like honestly what I imagine alien hands being.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I was abducted by aliens though, obviously. But yeah.
This is
Have
so
I
scary,
seriously
dude.
never told this to you
You've
before?
never told me this story.
Yo, hot
It's
take.
so
the Zach
scary.
Landry ghost story, folks.
Dude, I wish I had some
Um,
ghost stories, but these are so scary. I don't want it to happen to me.
But yeah, so I see these hands and the lights kind of dim. It's a very natural dimming. And then
But you
I
can tell these
feel-
aren't your
and then
hands.
I feel like very, very uneasy, and then suddenly I want to wake up really bad. And that was a time where I was literally woke up and I was sweating, and like
Were you real spooked at that
it
point?
felt like it was like a 5-minute thing where I was trying to wake up.
Yeah.
And it was just these hands. Nothing happened to me.
The hands
It was
just kind
the
of
light
stayed
kept
over you.
coming in and out, and the hands were just kind of like every once in a while they'd kind of be in a slightly different position. And I was just like, I don't know what
Weird.
the fuck is going on right now, and I want to be awake
That's so.
because I wasn't sure what was real or not at that point. And I was
That's
freaking out.
really fucked.
Yeah, and I woke up and my heart was like, it had to be like 120 BPM, like
my
just
God.
like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was sweating, and I was like, woo.
Do you
It
want to
was
hear?
at my dad's house.
That's dude. I never sleep there again.
Yeah, I don't like sleeping at my dad's house. I don't
so
even have a
does
room
this-
there anymore.
Does this happen to you here or anywhere else or just there?
I've only had the like paralysis-y thing happen like twice here, and it's not really like a thing where it like feels like ghosty. I think it's like me just being like a fucking weirdo,
That's so fucked.
getting anxious about it for some reason.
So fucked.
Yeah,
I really don't need that in my life. Thank God.
yeah.
I
man.
have heard this one story. This is somebody who I think they're experienced sleep paralysis, and this isn't someone I don't like. I don't know them. This is a story I heard from someone else
Mhm.
who knows them.
Okay.
But they were asleep, right? But they were awake in the same way you were, like you could see.
Yeah.
And they were looking at a mirror, right? And in the mirror was their own reflection. Like there was
I hate
someone.
mirrors, dude.
Like there was someone
Mirror
standing.
horror gets me.
Mirror horror.
Mirror horror.
So he sees himself looking in the mirror, and then it's just him, like this a guy looking in the mirror at himself, and then the guy looks over at him, who's sleeping, or laying in bed or whatever. the fuck.
Wait. Explain the setup for this.
So
this is
dude's in bed.
This is someone you know.
It's actually fucked. It's hard to follow.
So he's
but
having
like
a dream of him looking in the mirror
he's seeing himself in the mirror reflection.
while he's dreaming.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess you could call it a dream while he's laying in bed, like fucking paralysis.
Okay.
And he sees his own reflection, right?
Yeah.
And it's not looking at him, but then it turns and looks at him. And at that point, when it looks at him, the whole face just gets fucked up and scary, and just freaks
Ugh.
out and just stares at him, dude. And he can't, that was it for like a few minutes. It just fucking stared at him and did a freaky, face thing,
Ugh.
and that was it.
Fuck.
But like that's the type of shit
I
that
have a
like
mirror in my room, dude.
I love
You
sleeping.
can't tell me that.
You can't be telling me that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna be in the back of your mind. Tonight.
Oh,
You're
one
gonna-
time I had a nightmare, and I know it was just a nightmare, but one time I had a nightmare where basically I like went in my room, and I looked in the mirror, and there was someone like in the mirror, but then when I looked there, they weren't there, and they were in the like.
Oh,
That's the
fuck.
scary shit for me.
I hate that, dude.
That's the
That's
shit that
it's
gets
it's
to
like
me.
in movies, it's so cliche, but you never want to
It
happen.
was like the cliche, like white clothing, like hair over the face girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was like, fuck.
That's so.
But I was like, oh, that was a spooky dream. I like woke up and smoked a bowl and like jerked off probably.
You're
That was probably better.
like, okay, I need to fucking, I need to really put myself to
Sometimes
bed.
I'm too lazy to wake up and like shake myself out of a nightmare, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to lay in bed and hopefully the ghost kills me.
Just fucking get. Please be quick.
Clearly
'cause
being
I'm,
haunted.
I'm really tired. I've heard people who see like spiders and shit. You know, I think somebody saw like a spider on their wall, a big like black tarantula looking thing. I don't know, dude. People see some
Yeah,
crazy
there's like,
stuff.
aren't there like literature metaphors about certain insects being like, or like ancient folklore about like scorpions or spiders or something being something to do with demons?
Is that right? Because I don't know.
Oh, in Sinister. They live in
What's-
like America.
Oh, the scorpion.
Yeah, there's a scorpion in the attic.
Isn't there a snake or something?
No
too?
one yeah, and there's a snake. There's snakes and scorpions. And
Well,
no
snakes
one
are definitely bad.
I mean, snakes kind of make sense, but those didn't look like normal. He lived in an area where there would be like garter snakes.
Yeah. What did he get? Like a
It was
Cobra
like
up
it
there?
was like a tropical snake that like someone had to like keep as a pet or something.
yeah. Yeah.
And then there was a scorpion, which I don't think you can keep as a pet in America.
Yeah, you can.
So there wasn't really a reasonable explanation for why these things were here. So I always took it as like a metaphor for like something bad
Mm.
because they were also near the box of tapes in Sinister.
Yeah, you're right.
So I kind of took it as like this is accursed. Like
Do you
box.
do you
This is, don't
do,
open this.
do you remember hearing about the guy that when people were seeing the same dude in their dreams, like more than one person?
Was this recent?
This has been going on for a long time.
Oh, okay. No, tell me about this. I think I might have read
There's
an
like
article.
a picture. There's a whole website dedicated to this dude, but people have drawn him.
Not
Nobody's
going on that
literally
website.
seen this dude. Nobody has seen him in real life. They've only seen him in their dreams, and multiple people have seen the same guy. Doesn't that trip you out?
I feel uncomfortable hearing that.
Is that not scary? I swear to God. I think you Google the I think it's called This Is Him or something like that. That's the website, or like
All right, we'll
guy-
Google
look
it.
up Google guy in dreams. Like literally, it's a creepy ass picture, but people say he's not like. People don't know how to explain it. Yeah,
Recognize-
you've probably heard of it because it's a pretty popular
like
meme.
I read a
but,
Vice article about him.
but
About him. Oh, I'm
about him.
acknowledging it.
I'm acknowledging it. But like, how? People say he's like usually pretty helpful, or he doesn't do anything. Or I think it's like, have you seen this man in your dreams or something like that? Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Do you
Yeah,
remember
it's a
this?
Vice article. This is so scary.
There's a whole the website
All right,
dedicated
folks,
to it though.
Google Vice, the face everyone dreams about. It is a human face, but it still like makes me uncomfortable.
It's not, but it also doesn't look. Something about it doesn't feel human.
Oh, editor's note. It looks like we were fooled on this one. This whole website story is a hoax.
What?
All right, let's click the link.
The whole thing's a hoax.
Folks, it's fake. Thanks, Vice
When
News.
did this come out?
When was this article written?
Was this a pretty recent thing they found out?
2015. It was confirmed a hoax, according to
How is
Vice.
everyone trolling?
Is this the photo you've seen?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So we're talking about the same guy. So it's still there. You can actually still read about it.
I'm pissed. Like 3 years
It's
later.
about a photo fit of some Andrew Lloyd Webber looking motherfucker who is widely dreamt about by various unconnected people across the world. Did an interview with the psychologist who first put his face to paper. It's really good. It's also entirely made up and fake. Ooh.
Can they explain that? Because I don't understand.
Let's see.
Like, did all these people just troll?
We run a story. Okay, it's very rare that they run a story and it turns out to be fake. The truth behind this man is that the original photo fit in the online database of supposed dreams people have had about him, thisman.org,
Yeah.
is the brainchild of sociologist and marketer Garaglia Marketing. Oh, Andrea Nutella. Andrea runs a company called Garaglia Marketing.
So it was for marketing?
Yeah. Which,
What?
according to everybody, this Know Your Meme post specializes in subversive hoaxes. Creates the grand European tradition. What? Weird art projects exploring pornography, politics, advertising. So he's trying to come up with a viral.
So
Sounds
it
like
was
this
all
is like
made
a
up.
viral experiment.
So he made up all the shit, like all the testimonies of people saying they've heard it and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
or seen him rather.
Now that I know that it's fake,
What?
I've definitely never seen that guy before, and I'm okay with that because that is scary, man.
Yeah, definitely super lame because that would have been so spook.
Yeah, that would have been really.
I'm really
fucking
annoyed
scary.
right now.
There's something weird about his face that makes me uncomfortable.
It's a really uncomfortable face. It's not something I'd like to see, but
Yeah.
gosh, well, debunked.
Debunked.
Call us MythBusters.
So,
That's kind of a
wow,
little
we've been
bummer,
going
'cause that
for an
was
hour and
something-
20. Do we want to just keep talking about ghosts?
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
finish
we'll
it up
separate
with
the
ghosts, 'cause-
review. I was thinking about separating the review from the story part.
You sure, dude?
Yeah.
This is a hot episode. It's up to you.
Let's just keep going and figure it out later.
We'll keep
Yeah.
it going.
But
But goddamn,
how you
dude,
doing on time? It's
that's
3 p.m.
I got a little longer.
Okay, cool.
We can do it. We'll definitely
Um,
fill it up. That's fucked, dude. I'm pissed. That's fake.
Spooked.
Wow, my whole world's been turned upside down, but that's okay because now I don't have to worry.
So, do you actually believe in like a demon in that sense? Then,
Here's where I'm at, dude. This is
now that
is
we've gone on
my-
that long tangent.
This is my up to date thoughts on what might happen. Okay, this is super hot.
Should I pack us a bowl while we talk this?
Yes, dude. Yes. I'm kind of on this. I've been recently thinking a lot about it too, because like, for some reason, been watching a lot of videos, hearing a lot of stories about ghosts, been thinking a lot. So, I feel like. I think. Oh no! And also, I was listening to Steve-O as well. Steve-O was talking about, him just being on drugs, dude, and like. He was so on drugs, you know. Like he said that after like 3-4 day coke benders. Yeah, you've probably heard this. Yes, he would literally just start having hallucinations and see people who weren't there and walk through walls and stuff like that. And he said one guy came in and took a bong hit, blew out smoke, and left, dude. Walked through
That's
a wall.
fucking insane.
Like you know. So and he was kind of explaining now again like. Steve-O is on cocaine. Steve-O is on a lot of drugs, and I awake for a lot of fucking time. I'm not saying this is the guy who's got it figured out,
Pretty sure
but
Steve-O did everything.
yeah, Steve-O's done shit that no one needs to
He's
do.
been
but,
around the block.
he was saying so. I only say that because I'm not taking this. I'm taking it obviously with a grain
I mean,
of
at
salt,
one
but
point, he had said he also snorted cocaine that had blood stained in it. Old blood, and he scraped the cocaine off a table because the blood dried it to the
exactly.
table. So yeah, this dude,
Great story by the way.
this dude was in deep on some drugs.
Really was. So again, grain of salt, right? My bad, dude. My bad. Needed a
Thanks,
lighter for
man.
that. But he was kind of his thoughts were that, you know, me being on those drugs and getting to that point, like it just kind of broke down this wall between them and us as far as like energy goes, and you know, again, not to say that there's spirits and ghosts and stuff, but you know, back to that plane type of thing, like there could be realities and all this shit that, you know,
Yep.
exist in ours and exist alongside us,
Yep.
just not in our field of view and or you know our reality and what we can see. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I kind of like to think that there's when we die, our energy exists, and after that there is nothing, so we don't need to like we'll know everything. Because there's nothing to do. Like, I feel like we'll be able to there'll be no physical form. You can just control
When
how
you die, you become the earth.
your
no
body
homo.
does. I think your physical form's temporary, dude. This is temporary.
So
when
you
you
think
die.
like in spirit you'll still like somehow be like? Do you think you'll be like sentient? Like you'll be like aware?
That's what I'm wondering, because like I feel like you shouldn't be, right? But you know, people's stories would say otherwise, like that they see
the
people
way I've
that
heard
they
it
know.
explained. I've
I
heard
feel
a
like
couple.
everything I just said was
I've
so
heard a
stupid.
couple stories from people where they've like been getting surgery and died during surgery, but they get brought back to life.
Fuck, dude.
And yeah, I know. Fuck, dude. Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Not a good
But
time.
like they say, like, both stories I've heard before, like, they say like they could literally feel like when they died, but like not in like a bad. Like they just like it felt like they were just like slipping away from something.
Yeah.
Like they were already knocked out from the surgery,
Right.
but like they just said like they just felt like this like weird like very short span where everything felt like completely different and like 100% like peaceful and like 100% like perfect, but also nothing. Like they said like it's literally impossible to explain.
Yeah.
It's nothing, but it was literally nothing.
I can't imagine it. That seems like the
And
only
I was
way
like,
to
oh
like.
fuck, that's real as fuck.
Yeah.
And then like they say like, you know, then they bring them back to life, but they're still fucked up on anesthesia, and they wake up like 3 hours later, and they're like, you
I'd
died.
be like, dude, put me back out. Like I'm fucking. I want to go back.
And they're like, oh, that makes sense that I died.
I'd like to think that here it's got to go either one of two ways, right? For me, you die, and your fucking body goes in the ground, and that's it. And you're not a person anymore. You're not a consciousness, and you're not a fucking anything, and that's it. And, or you die, and your body goes in the fucking ground, and there's something left of you that may not be you, and what you know is you.
Yeah.
And like you might not know what you like. You're not gonna be like, yo, where's the fucking PCs at? Like, you know what I mean? But you know, I feel like there's got to be like, I want there to be somewhere where I, you know, still roam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in a physical form.
Yeah.
But, and I don't think there's a heaven or a hell or any of that shit. But like, something that's almost like what we see.
Mm-hmm.
But flipped just a little. That's, I don't know. That'd be cool to me how to exist like that.
Do you believe in like so I want to kind of relate this to drugs and like Steve-O.
Drugs
But do you think that like drugs kind of can
help you see stuff?
change your consciousness to a point where you can actually see
Yeah.
stuff differently?
Actually,
Cuz like
yeah,
I've heard
I
of like
think it
ego
could.
death and shit, and like people doing so much DMT that they see like reptilian people and shit.
What? I think there's a difference between hallucinations and, you know, possibly breaking down some sort of barrier between realities.
Yeah.
Because, like, what do you?
Well, people say that like they get so fucked up, specifically on DMT. They say they get so fucking insane on this shit that like your brain can literally not explain what it felt. Like you can't. Once you're sober again, you can't perceive it. Your brain can't perceive it, even though you've experienced it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of like how there's colors that human eyes can't perceive.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like that. Like, you know, cats and dogs, they see shit.
Cats and dogs are also said to see like ghosts and shit too.
Exactly. That's what I
This
mean.
is all circling together.
It's like there's just shit that we're not seeing. And it's probably because we're not supposed to.
Bowl.
Lights Bowl.
Spirit world.
The spirits are inside me. I must exorcise this ghost with the pots. But yeah, man. I wish a part of me wishes that I've had some paranormal experiences, but I haven't had anything that's made me like really feel something
not trying to.
crazy. Yeah.
No siree.
Because honestly, it's fucking scared the shit out of me. Like I would be spooked. And I've heard noises. I've thought
hear
I've
noises,
felt like
that's
I've been
enough.
watched and shit like that. You know.
Yeah, that's the other one. Is I do sometimes feel like I'm being watched somehow.
Yeah. But I feel like everybody feels that. And that's probably because there's there's more people that have been dead than alive. So there's people watching us.
My throat feels like it like constricted when I took that rip.
That's called asthma. That's asthma.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
healthy yang.
There was God, I don't even know if this is worth telling. There was one time the only half a ghost story that I might have is like
Do it. Tell it.
I walked into my room. This was at a few houses ago. I walked into my bedroom, which obviously the light
So
was
this isn't at
off.
the house we're used to?
This is the house you're
Oh,
used
okay,
to,
okay.
actually. Yes. So I walked into my bedroom, and this could have been light playing tricks on me, but I had a chair in there, a recliner, at one point. Opened the door. It's a dark room, and as I opened it, it almost looked like there was. I didn't see a person or a whole person, but it almost looked like someone got up from the chair. Like I could see just enough of a light source coming off somebody. Yeah, it's just like I opened the door, they're getting up to like, oh, you know what I mean? And if I was like, I don't know,
That's
it wasn't
pretty
enough for
fucking
me to
creepy.
feel like it, but I've always been like, I wonder. But nothing concrete, nothing hard, nothing like really terrifying to like put me in place. And that's okay. You don't need to do that to me, by the way, ghosts. I'm not asking.
Please
I'm just like,
don't.
I'm a good boy.
I
I'm
wanna talk
just
to
wondering.
only physical beings.
I'll actually talk to a nice ghost, but you got to be a nice one. What do you think about Ouija boards? Did you do one?
It's fake.
It is fake. It doesn't work. It's
Yeah.
stupid. Dude, you and me, we're
I
gonna
don't
go
believe
to
in that shit.
we're gonna go to an abandoned hospital, find the basement, and we're gonna sit down
There's
there
one
and do the
nearby.
podcast.
There's one very close,
Is it the one?
but it's very highly watched by police because
I think I
teenagers
know
like
which
to
one
go
you're
in and
talking
video
about.
record it because it's cool.
I think I know which one
So
you're
we
talking
can't
about.
do that
That's
one.
the one I was thinking of. Because teenagers like to go record it.
I
Fuck,
mean,
dude.
we'd have to get a privately owned one.
A privately owned hospital.
We'd have to get in contact with someone who privately owns some property
And ask them if
and
we could
ask
go
them
on.
if we could stay in them. To set up for
Ah.
every found footage film.
The setup for every. So we want to shoot a film. No, I do want to. I think we should try and at some point get our stew into a scary place
Mm-hmm.
and record once. Record a podcast and just be in a scary fucking place. Maybe like a Halloween thing. Like we just go somewhere.
I think we could live stream it too. That'd be cool.
that would be fucked.
Like if we did like a. Have you ever seen any creepy live streams before?
Not really.
Okay, so there was a live stream I was watching one time. I think how the story went. It was on 4chan. This is when
Okay.
I was super into 4chan.
Yeah.
I wasn't like one of the racist 4chan dudes. Like I didn't like go on and call people the N-word, or anything.
Good for
I
you, man.
never like replied to stuff. I just read the threads, and I still do every
I
once
just
in
read
a
the
while.
threads, man.
If you're ever bored, folks, just go on 4chan. Anything with a blue background is safe for work. Anything otherwise, be careful. But yeah, like 4chan has like it's a very like polarizing environment for a human being. Like people call each other faggots, but it's like it's not. I mean, obviously you're not supposed to say that word, but they
It's
call
just
each other it as just like a nickname on the website. Like it's like the equivalent of
people-
saying bro, essentially on it.
Wow.
Well, it is essentially on that website. It's
Yeah.
pretty much like just a common term. Like everybody's a faggot on that website. That's just
So
um,
faggot. No disrespect.
But yeah, so like it's a website in that sense where like a lot of like weird characters kind of conjure and like meet and talk on there.
And do
And, like,
I've heard weird 4chan
a lot of
stories.
weird stuff has happened on 4chan before. There's been a lot of instances where shit like people will put child porn on 4chan
Oh my
and the
God.
website will have to shut down for like a week. Like that's happened in the
Jesus
past
Christ.
before.
Where
So
do people get fucking child porn, dude?
the deep web.
They film it. Fuck.
But yeah, so
We should talk about the deep web too.
yeah, we can talk about that. But yeah, so like on 4chan, basically someone was posting Google Map coordinates and somebody lived in the town. So they started going to it and reporting it. And one guy also said, I'm also going. I live 2 hours away, but I don't trust this guy. And I think people thought it was a dead body. So
Okay.
people were really like, for some reason, There were two guys there. One guy was posting, and one guy was live streaming the video. So I was watching the video of the guy who was like,
Who's going to check it out?
this was
right?
the guy who was like, if I see the other guy, I'm shooting him. That's what he said, basically. I was
Wow.
like, what the fuck? So I'm watching this.
So he's got a gun?
Yeah, this man claims he's armed. He's streaming it from his cell phone. This is a very, very early. This is
Is this in the middle of the day or night, by the way?
this is late afternoon. It's about
So
to
it's
be
still bright.
sunset.
Okay.
They're at a construction site.
Oh my god, this is so fucking scary.
It's a construction site. There hasn't been people there in a few weeks, according to the poster who's posting, and not the
Yeah.
the video streamer. So the video guy's walking around and he's talking. He's like, I don't see a person here. And like he's like, I have a gun. He shows his gun. He's like, I have a gun. Like if I
Yeah.
see this guy and like he does anything weird, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Like that's what he said. I was
No
like, what the
shit.
fuck? So
I
everybody's
will kill
watching
this
this.
guy.
There had to be people underestimate the size of 4chan. There were probably at least 100,000 people watching that live stream.
No shit.
Um,
Don't sleep on 4chan.
yeah, that shit was crazy. And basically like nothing happened. Essentially, no one
got
no
there,
one
nothing
found
happened?
anything. The poster stopped at one point. The poster said, "I'm leaving. I found nothing, and I don't feel comfortable around this guy." And the other point, the guy was like, "I don't see this guy or anything else, so I'm leaving." And nothing ever came of it ever again. But it was a thing where someone would post it like once a month, these coordinates, and eventually someone was just like, "Why do they keep doing this?"
So wait, the poster of the coordinates was there?
No,
Okay.
no. But there was somebody who was posting, replying to the thread that they lived in the same town as the
Okay.
coordinates.
So two separate guys went there to check it out.
Yeah, and then there was another guy who said he lived like 2 hours away, and he drove there to check it out.
Jeez, man. So and that started really creepy. I'm bummed nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been really crazy.
Yeah, it would have been really scary.
Wow. Yeah, that's fuck, man.
Can you imagine if we did something like that, though? Like, what if we went in somewhere abandoned, and we were, like, live streaming it, potting, and, like, we found a dead body? That would be really bad.
That would be really bad. I think that would make our views go up.
Oh, we wouldn't be able to upload it, and
We wouldn't
would
upload
get
that.
arrested, probably.
We would report it. We wouldn't get arrested.
I feel like we'd get arrested somehow.
They'd put it on us. This guy with
Well,
the face
we literally
piercings.
have it video recorded, but if we were live streaming it, we'd
If
get
we
in
were-
trouble for that.
Well, yeah, but it's accidental. It's not like we walked in looking for it. I feel like okay, we would take a suspension
I
from
think
Twitch
if we
or
were
something
to, if
for a
we were to
while.
live stream it, what we'd have to do is we'd be like, all right, we know this room is clear. All right, let's flashlight this room real quick. Okay, it's clear. All right.
I understand what you're saying. I
And
feel
then
like there's just a
eventually
difference
we'd just
between
settle. We'd find a room. We'd settle in the room and see if we just heard anything, and we'd talk for a little bit and smoke some weed.
yeah, that would be it. Yeah, I'm just saying there's a difference between you and me stumbling upon a dead body
What if we did acid?
and not filming it.
Yo, what if we did acid in like a scary abandoned
I'm not
hospital?
doing acid in the fucking hospital, dude. Not in my
We get
life.
chased by Freddy Krueger.
Dude, I would start freaking out and I would start chasing you around.
I feel like what would happen is we would most likely there would be a couple animals and maybe a homeless person.
Gotta be terrified there's a homeless person. there.
Worst case, dead homeless person.
Dead.
Best case,
like a worst
violent,
case.
angry homeless person.
That's best case?
I think so, yeah.
I think that
I
might
don't
be
think a homeless
worst.
person would like you finding their camp.
Well, yeah, yeah. I like how that's the best case scenario. Is like
I think that's
a-
best case.
aggressive homeless guy. Worst one, dead homeless guy. Can't have it.
I mean, maybe Maine is low
We don't
enough,
have a-
low enough population that if we just weren't in Portland, or
Yeah.
if we weren't in like a big city like Portland or Lewiston or Augusta or anywhere, we might not have to worry. We'd just worry about animals. Best case.
I'm spooked.
It would just be a thing where there'd probably be like a fucking like raccoon nest.
yeah.
and,
We
like,
just hear noises
in a room.
and peace out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, guys, this is too scary for us.
Should we go
So that-
strapped?
What's that?
Should we go
Yeah.
strapped?
Yeah. We're gonna have something.
I'm getting close to like I'm always like pretty close to buying a gun. Like a
Yeah.
gun is something I want to own. Like I'll just be straight up. Like
I'm not gonna lie. Me too.
not for I don't
When
know
I
how to
live-
explain my gun ownership wants, but like
I don't want to go out shooting. I just want to
partially
be able to
sport,
fuck somebody up. They come
partially
into my house.
sport, partially defense, mainly defense.
All defense for me, man.
Um,
Come into my house. You're getting blasted.
Yeah, so
it.
I've been kind of in the market, but what happens is like I'll hear about something and I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll get a gun. And then something happens. So
You'll hear a bad story and you're like, maybe I should get a gun.
No, I'll hear like, like my grandparents have offered to get me, or to hook me up with a gun for a little bit of money a couple
cool.
times, or they've been like, hey, there's this for this much money. Like, it just needs this piece that's an extra $50. I can install it for you. Do you want it?
That's pretty cool.
And I'd be like, yeah. And then like a Pulse nightclub happens, and then you're like, and you're like, I don't know, I'm gonna wait.
I'll wait on that.
I'm gonna wait for this whole gun thing to cool down. And it doesn't fucking stop.
No.
So,
It's just
yeah.
not bad to have on you. As long as you can handle it.
But yeah, no, that seems actually like a very bad idea, is to go into an abandoned private property with a gun.
I don't think we should.
Because
necessarily gun,
if
but,
you are on someone's private property, they reserve the right to shoot at you. And if you have a gun, they will shoot at you. So
No, I meant like maybe knives or like a bat. I don't
That
think
won't
we should
work.
walk around with guns. But
taser.
yeah, we could tase some motherfuckers.
How far do tasers shoot? Don't tasers go like 20 feet?
They're okay. I was thinking about the ones that you get close to people with.
Stun guns, like
Yeah.
the like, you jab them in their side.
Yeah. I'll tase all the ghosts for you, dude.
Comment down below.
Get out!
What weapon do we bring to an abandoned
Pick a
haunted
weapon.
house?
Straw poll in the description.
And also, if anybody has any ideas for haunted, scary places, or if you have a haunted, scary place that we can stay, or simply just a place that you think is creepy, hit us up.
in
Let
the
us
state
know.
of Maine. In the state of Maine. Southern Maine, preferably.
Yep.
Um,
Southern Maine, 1 hour drive maximum from Portland.
yeah. What do we have for
Preferably
time, dude?
south of Portland.
What do we have for time, man?
We're at 141.
Oh my god. All right, we might need to wrap it up because I think it would be too boring to go into the next topic. I'll save it for next time.
What? No, let's get
What?
it.
No, I want to know.
Let's get it.
All right, man. Let's get it.
Dude, we're on a roll right now. Also,
So-
I have some notes, so
Well, I've been we briefly brought up the deep web, which is fucked, and I wanted to know your opinion, and like I don't
have you
know-
been?
No.
XD.
Have you been? Don't you need like a fucking a client or something?
Yeah,
to-
you need a
that
special web
download?
browser.
Isn't it called like?
The Onion browser.
Is it Onion? I've heard something else starts with a T or something like that, like Tidal or.
So it's called Tor. Is
Tor.
how you access the
That's
deep
what
web.
it is. Tor.
That's the network.
Okay.
Tor stands for the Onion router, and it's called Onion because it has several layers. Like, it's impossible to unpack the source of anything.
Really?
The only way to break anonymity on a Tor network is to be at what's called an exit node, which is how the traffic gets back to the actual normal human.
Dude,
but
you're
how
so
you-
sick. I'm glad you know
How
that
you
stuff.
bypass that, I think this is how it works. I mean, how
You
you
haven't been on
bypass
it?
that is you connect to a VPN. So then what happens is it goes to your VPN server, and the VPN encrypts it and sends it to you. So the end node then never sees the true client. It just sees it's going to a VPN server.
So that's how you don't get tracked.
Yeah, so the VPN server almost acts as a proxy on your behalf, and it does all the work for you and then
Ah.
sends it back to you.
So you just know that as like a defense. You haven't been on there. You haven't done this.
I have been on there, yeah.
You have been?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's not exciting at all.
Really?
It's not worth your time. Don't bother.
Well, I wasn't planning on it. but,
If someone has a good Onion site to go on, let me know. But I went on Reddit and 4chan looking for Onion sites for like a month over the summer and just did not find anything
so what's an
of
Onion
interest.
site? Is that just literally the websites that exist on?
Yep.
deep
So
web?
they're called so you know when you go on a website it has like .com, .net.
Yeah.
On the deep web it's .onion.
Wow.
But what they are is they're not recognizable names really. They're
Really?
all usually random letters and number strings. So you have to go somewhere else, usually on the normal. I don't know what the normal web is. The normal web.
the normal web, just the web.
On the normal web, like there's Reddits There's subreddits. There's 4chan.
So you gotta
threads.
fucking actually know the
You can
websites
Google
prior.
around a little bit to
It's
find
not like
onions.
It's not like you enter the deep web and it's just instant child
But
porn.
yeah, and so what happens is you
Guns.
go on there, and most of the time the sites don't work anymore.
Really?
Yep. So a lot of the time you go on a website and it's like the link was posted a month ago and the website's gone.
So is it just that you don't know the websites, or that people don't use it as much?
So so you know how the website's like a random letter and number string?
Do they just change it?
So yeah,
a little
what
bit every
happens
once in a
is
while?
the website goes down and then it may or may not go back up, and it'll be a new string.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that they go down when, like, for instance, legal trouble, or like what?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's so crazy.
I don't have that deep of an
So
understanding of it.
talk to me
I
a
don't
little
think I
bit.
saw the part that people always talk about. I didn't really see
Yeah.
any forums. I saw I saw a very, very minimal message board where you literally just posted on this site like a comment.
So talk to me, like, when you got on there, you did all that, the VPN stuff, you got yourself a
Yeah.
server and saved yourself.
Yep.
You got on there. What did you see? Like, how does it work?
It's literally just a web browser, and you can access the normal web through it still.
How
But
do
what
you-
it does is it routes the normal web through Tor.
Okay.
So it still makes your normal web browsing anonymized. So in that sense, even if you're not on the deep web, it's
still not
still
bad.
useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tor is used in countries with like fascist governments, kind of, to bypass like censorship and stuff.
Honestly, the fact that people
And be able to
shit like
have
this blows me away.
journalists send out messages to like the developed world, like, hey, this
Oh.
is like what's happening right now.
Wow. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. But yeah, honestly, unless somebody has like a cool onion site for me to visit,
so you really
I
got to
haven't
work
bothered.
hard and know what you're doing to get what you want.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
have to know exactly where you're going, I think.
Wow. You're not just gonna run right into, assassins.
I still have Tor browser installed.
Wow, no shit.
Let's see if it opens.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, let's see.
Just out of curiosity. I haven't actually seen this thing.
I'll connect to my VPN. There's my VPN. Here's the Tor
Wow.
browser. I hope we're still recording. Oh, we are. Sick. Okay. Welcome to the Tor browser.
So is this what people can call the deep web?
Basically, I'm trying to see if there's any updates, though, because I have not used this since the summer, and there have been multitudes of
Updates?
critical security vulnerabilities. That's one issue with Tor browser is people find ways to leak shit a lot based on basic like security preferences.
Welcome to
So
Tor
we'll just go
browser.
on this real quick, but you can see I can just go on Reddit.
And it's reddit.com.
And
everything's
it's
the same.
giving me Reddit, but it's routing it through Tor, and you can see it's very, very slow. And because I'm also on a VPN, it's even more slow
Wow.
because it goes through that many extra hops.
Zach's so smart, man. I'm so glad I
But
have
yeah,
people who
I don't
know
know
about
any
this
onion
stuff.
sites, and I'm gonna quit out of this because this is a very insecure version. I'm gonna uninstall it.
Yeah. Damn, that's so fucking crazy.
It's not worth the time.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was. I mean, obviously, I think everyone's idea of the dark web is like you get on there and it's a black web page
It's
with a bunch
literally
of
a
fucking
modified
links.
version of Firefox.
Yeah, it's literally a browser.
It's a Firefox with the back end set up to go through non-traditional, go through Tor. Go through the Tor network.
so
Tor was actually invented by the U.S. Navy. I
Really?
believe so, yes.
I was just thinking about like the people who invent this stuff, and even the people who have gone so far as to figure out how to anonymize everything on the dark web and things like that, and like just so fucking crazy to me, dude.
Yeah, the U.S. Department of Defense invented the internet, and they also invented Tor.
Did they make the internet for the intent that it currently is used, or for something else?
Well, they wanted to communicate all their they wanted to network all of the military computers together.
Oh.
So what they did was they invented something called ARPANET, and that was the original internet.
Wow.
But basically the military kind of gave up on it. And people,
Took
I
over.
think they kind of like put out what it was.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, here.
Do what you want with it.
We don't want to do this anymore. And somebody was like, all right, I'll invent the internet.
I'll make Facebook.
So then people started networking with it. And kablam!
Cool.
Now we have the internet.
Now we're here.
That was in like the 70s.
Started from the bottom.
Like that didn't that originated on like big universities.
Yeah.
What was I gonna Google? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. You never told me what you were gonna Google. Frankly.
I don't know. All right, let's check my notes here.
All right, man.
Oh, I got really baked the other day, and I read the word self-immolation, and I was like, "What the fuck is self-immolation?"
What the fuck?
So I
What is
Googled
this
it,
shit?
and I like was super stoned, and I like looked at
Oh, you're
people
like,
pics
"That's
of
me."
people like burning themselves on fire like for like 15 minutes, and I was like, ugh.
You're like, damn,
It's like,
this is
Jesus
literally me right
Christ.
now. I'm toasted.
Fucking Christ, fam. Yeah, these guys are taking gravity bong rips.
These guys are actually way too high. I can't get on this level.
Yo, have you ever seen Nardwar on YouTube?
Yeah, a little bit.
He just came out with a Cardi B interview.
I didn't
Oh,
see
I'm
it, but
gonna
I saw
sneeze.
the thumbnail.
Oh,
The sneeze.
sneeze gang.
Major man.
Oh, yeah, so he came out with this Cardi B interview. I got about like 5 minutes in,
You're just
and
like,
I started
"Fuck, I gotta
dozing
stop."
off last night, so I kind of stopped watching it. But
Cardi.
like the first 5 minutes in, he starts giving her gifts, and he reveals that she's really interested in history. And he gives her this record. It's a vinyl record of famous presidential speeches, and it has all the presidents on the front. And she's naming off all the fucking presidents, except there was like one that she like misnamed. She got
Oh my
one
God.
wrong, and I was fucking fascinated by that. I was like, holy.
That's pretty impressive.
The only president
Not the person I thought.
The only president on there I recognized was
Lincoln.
John Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they recorded Lincoln's speeches because it was like the 1800s.
Good point.
Just
Didn't think about that.
probably not. But,
Don't think they could.
Yeah, so like, yeah, the only one I recognized was Kennedy. But like, it was really weird because I went down in the comments and people were like, "Wow, 5 minutes in, she can't even name all the presidents. What a dumbass!"
Oh my god.
And I was like, she knows more than I think probably all my friends combined could come up with for what presidents are on there.
Absolutely.
Like, if I got 20 friends to look at that cover and, like,
How many could we name?
yeah, how many presidents could you name? We wouldn't be able to figure it out.
You're probably not a lot. I'm not great with presidents and shit like that. I don't
I
really
was
like
very
U.S.
impressed.
history. Shout out to Cardi B, man. A little more.
History is cool.
a little more intellectual than I thought.
History is
I think
very
history is
important.
cool. I don't know if American history is that cool.
Yeah.
It's a little brutal, but what isn't?
Did you take a history class in college?
Yeah.
Are you graduating this semester?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Isn't that crazy? I'm so
Congrats,
excited, dude.
I can't wait.
I'm tired of school.
Dude,
stand it.
another year, fam. I've
Another
been in this
year.
bitch. I'm gonna be in this bitch for like 5 years.
Wow.
I think. Yeah.
5 years.
Kill
man?
myself.
Working for it. Though.
Fucking neck myself.
It'll be worth it.
I'm gonna email my advisor. I think very soon. I'm gonna be like, listen. I need
Listen.
help. I want to get this done as quickly as possible. If you can get me like signed up for any online classes that go over the summer or any at any, because
I'm
you
trying
can
to
you
do
can go
those.
to any public campus in the state
Mm-hmm.
technically.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the credits will transfer over evenly, guaranteed. So I'm like, yeah, listen, any fucking campus, that's what I'm going to say.
Anything.
Any fucking campus that has an online course,
Put me in it.
as long as I
Metro
don't have to
Bowl.
drive to like Presque Isle or Fort Kent or Machias to take an exam
Yeah.
twice in the summer, I think I'll be okay. Like, as long as everything's online, I'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know.
We
I'm
graduate.
thinking maybe if I can do like 2 or 3 classes online over the summer, and
That'll speed
then
it up.
2 or 3 classes hopefully online. But I guess if it'll probably have to be in person because I have to do senior seminar, topics in computers, and capstone. Those
Yeah.
are all in-person classes. Fuck.
Yeah, Jackson's working on his capstone.
Oh,
Shout
actually,
out to Jackson.
Topics is partial. Topics is a hybrid.
Topics.
You meet 6 times.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid
class.
course.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I guess I could do
Yeah.
that one.
I recommend that, dude. Plow through it. Dedicate it.
Yeah, because I
I'm
can't
having a hard
imagine.
time, though.
I can't imagine next spring, this time next year, still being in school, and hopefully this time next year, being done school. It makes me want to neck myself thinking about it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Put me right in the news, fam.
Right in the fucking.
Well,
news.
think about it. You're gonna be living with Jackson in Portland. Go find Zach.
That'd be cool.
He's somewhere in the city.
Yeah.
If you can track him down.
He's necking himself somewhere.
You'll find him in a closet with a fucking belt around his neck. Dude, yo, real talk though. When you get into your place and I get into mine, we're gonna be
Do you find a
getting
place yet?
together. I'm working on it. I actually called the place this morning. That we found one. Obviously we found a couple that we like, but the one I would be most interested in, I called this morning. I'm like, yo, let me talk to somebody. I'm trying to see this place.
Mm-hmm.
I actually this place pisses me off. So I called them Sunday, right? And they say, "Oh yeah, this is the answering service," which is fine.
Sucks.
It's fine. It's fine that places don't answer Sunday. I was hoping to leave a message, but they're like, "This is the answering service. Call back tomorrow." I'm like, "Fuck, you guys got an answering service?
Christ,
Just to
mate.
tell me to fuck off?"
Christ.
So I called back Monday, and they say, I say, "Hey, I'm blah blah blah, interested in blah blah blah."
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "Oh, the person is not here today.
To show it to you.
They're not here. They're not here at all. The person who does that isn't here."
So
I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "You call back tomorrow." I'm like, "You got to
just
fucking
show
kidding
the
me."
fucking apartment for 5 minutes.
It's not even that I want. It's not even I expected me to go out and show it to me. It's just that I want them to fucking schedule something with me. The
Yeah.
bitch isn't even here.
Why is
and
that
then-
so hard to just schedule a date?
Today, dude, I called them. They're like, "Oh yeah, she's out doing a showing right now. Can I leave a message?" I'm like, "Bitch, yes you can."
Tell me.
Here I am, and so I'm waiting on a phone call, dude. We'll see how it goes.
The
I'm actually
fucking
just gonna
call
call back
center.
again tomorrow. If I don't hear, I'm just gonna call back again tomorrow,
Hope so, dude.
or maybe even by the end of the tomorrow, the end of the day.
What hood is it
so.
in?
What hood is it in? Without giving too much away.
Is it near mine?
I think it's around. It's around. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's not. Most of the places like there was some in Westbrook that looked okay, so which were a little further,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, Westbrook has a few nice neighborhoods, and it's pretty cheap rent.
it was like a development type of place.
Oh, okay.
But they were nice. They were nice.
Have you ever
nonetheless.
thought about living in like one of those developments like Chris did? Chris and Jeff?
Yeah, well, yeah. Honestly, a lot of the stuff we're looking at is similar to that. Not where they live.
Is that stuff like good?
It looks like it's got nice appliances.
I don't
and
know
shit,
how
like,
I'd feel about hearing neighbors that closely.
That's why I'm looking into this one first. Like, I'd rather be in town.
God, my house is cold. Sorry, my house is so cold.
Oh, dude.
I don't know why the heat is not running. The heat runs like crazy overnight.
It's mad broken.
The heat runs all night, and I wake up sweating buckets. And then it never runs during the day, and I'm freezing. Makes me want to die.
But yeah, man, excited to move. Excited to get in somewhere, set up my spot, play the
Nice.
games.
Put games.
That's honestly what I'm looking forward to.
Put games. All right, dude. Let's check the list here. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. No one wants to hear us for 2
All right,
hours.
so the last thing, yeah, we are at 2 hours.
Like, these guys are fucking idiots.
Special long episode.
Yeah, you guys get a long one. This is actually a good episode, I think.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. It's
got some
because the
hot
review
topics.
took long. So sorry if the review took.
We
so
went through
long,
the whole
guys.
movie.
Maybe we will have to chop it up.
It's up to you, man.
I don't care. But so I have 2 things left, but I'm only gonna say one because the other one is stupid, and I should have told it at the beginning.
Just gonna kill myself.
So my idea about Twin Peaks was
Oh
I
yeah.
keep trying to watch Twin Peaks,
Mm-hmm.
and I just can't stick to it. So what if we tried to do a second podcast where we talked about Twin Peaks?
I'd love to do a fucking
Like
Twin
straight
Peaks podcast.
every week we talk about an episode, and then yeah,
So are you want to start from the beginning?
we'll just start from episode 1.
Absolutely, dude. I love that show.
We
So
can watch
totally
like
down.
the movie and shit too.
Totally down. I haven't.
Have you seen the new seasons?
No,
Oh,
I've seen a
okay.
few episodes. I will say that the new seasons I started watching,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like fucking weird. Like
Really?
it was like. Here's the thing I liked about the show was that it came out in like the 90s or some shit like that. I don't remember when it came out, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
90s because that's what I think. But and it was
I
just
think
like
it was the 90s. Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't super fucking like. I don't know. It was just an interesting story, and then a few episodes into the Showtime one, there's just a naked chick, and I'm just like, yo, like I don't.
The
What?
show is so confusing.
Like I don't know why there's now a bunch of sex and shit.
The show
like, there
feels
wasn't-
like a fever dream.
It's not that there wasn't sexuality in the show, but like it was just not.
There's weird
this over the
sexuality
top.
though too, because there's like there's like the like younger girl Audrey flirting with
Yeah.
what's the police officer's name again?
Dale
Dale.
Dale
Yeah.
Cooper.
And he like, it's just weird. Like it just like he didn't really do like. I guess in this scenario he didn't really do anything wrong because she was just.
He
like, there's
doesn't
that
take
one
any
scene
of her
where she's
advances.
like undressed in his bed.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
gets
just
mad.
like he's like, "Ay."
You got to get the fuck out.
It's like, yo. But
Not
it's still, I was
cool.
like, man, why did they put this in this show? Like, this is
Right.
weird.
But
But
it
I mean, that's the
wasn't-
90s.
You know, yeah. I don't know.
They're
That
all
kind
doing
of threw me
heroin
off
and
the
shit.
new season, but I don't know. I don't. I think it wraps up in an interesting way. I don't remember. I feel
Yeah,
like
I heard there's a
watched it.
crazy twist in the new season at the end.
I'm willing to watch it.
Because it was trending on Twitter.
Was it really?
Yeah, I was.
I believe it.
I had no idea that. it
We'll have
would
to-
be
we'll
able
have to
go
buy the
trending on
new-
Twitter.
The new season. We'll watch it together.
Damn. I got access to Showtime.
Oh,
Yeah, we can
so we
watch
don't
that
even
shit.
do that.
Yo, so like, real quick though, like, what format should we do? Should we watch it and then watch it separately and then talk about it, or should we like, have you ever seen Ancient Aliens on Viceland?
No.
So it's Ancient Aliens, but Action Bronson is watching the National Geographic show.
Oh, okay.
I think it's National
That's funny.
Geographic or History.
Yeah.
He watches Ancient Aliens, and they're just like, the show is green screen behind them, and they're like on a couch, and they're just like, they have like these crazy dab pieces, and they just rip dabs and watch this show.
That's fucking
And that's
sick.
the whole TV show.
Wow.
And I was like, ooh, that might be cool to live stream, but I don't think you could do that legally.
Right.
Like literally just live stream an entire
I don't know
TV
if we
show.
could take a bunch of. Yeah, that too. Yeah. I don't even know if
You
we could
get
take
sued.
dabs.
You get sued immediately.
Yeah. Fuck, that'd be really fun though.
Yeah.
I guess we could. I'd like to watch it with you. If you want to, it's up to you though.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I could also watch it separate, but like,
It's so much time though. Like it's very time consuming.
yeah, it's like 40 minutes to an hour an episode.
Yeah.
But
Maybe there could be a way where we record our commentary throughout, and so we watch it and we record our commentary simultaneously. Like maybe we both have like a voice memos app.
what's that?
No, I don't know.
What if we Discorded?
Ooh, Discorded and synced it up over Discord. We
Yeah.
could video Discord, I think,
Ooh.
and then we have video content.
Ooh, big head on it.
And then
Shout out if you're interested in this. If you give a shit about our Twin Peaks commentary.
well, I don't know. Maybe that'll be too reactionary.
We could like we could each like watch a couple episodes and then just kind of go over them. If it's less reactionary,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about what we notice and stuff like that, and just kind of pretend that it's a new show.
Maybe we watch like 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
And kind of scoot through it faster, because I've been through season 1.
Right. Yeah,
and I've
you've
been
seen it. So.
about a quarter through season 2.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I wouldn't mind rewatching shit, obviously, because it's a good ass show.
yeah, I'm
but
gonna have to rewatch all of it.
yeah, definitely worth a rewatch.
But yeah, okay,
I actually,
cool.
when I finished watching Twin Peaks, I immediately put the first episode on again. It
Really?
was it was so good, dude. I really liked Dale Cooper.
Does
but-
watching it again make more sense?
Kinda. I guess you just pick up on more stuff. More foreshadowing.
Kind of ties in with what we were talking about with the ghost stuff earlier too. By the way,
In what way?
Like
The
you know,
realities?
the woods.
Yeah. How there's the cabin.
Yeah, you know how they just talk about like the woods, like there's something in the woods,
Yeah.
like
Fuck.
gang.
Like a portal.
That's the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yo,
Gang.
spooky podcast. Yo, so maybe we
This is a really spooky podcast.
maybe we make that one separate, but maybe that one becomes cooler because maybe we just keep watching like creepy series like that on that.
Yeah.
2 podcasts?
The Twincast.
The twin casts. All right, boys.
Like and comment on this video, guys.
We're going to call it a day there. That's episode 6.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Long one for you.
Subscribe, comment. I need at least 20,000 likes.